Good afternoon, good morning, welcome back. We are at episode 8 and you are listening to After Dark Paranormal Quest. My name is Dave. I'm joined by, well, I've had to drag him in by literally his arms and his legs because he's so hard work. He's always busy. He's just one of those men. But Brett comes back. He's back
Brett
to the episode.
Techie, is he? Yeah.
Brett is back and we are at episode 8. So getting up to this milestone is fantastic in itself. This episode is actually not going to be based on anything. It's not going to be based on any, what do you call it?
Location.
Location and stuff like that.
It's going to be location specific.
Yeah, it's going to be just general chit-chat, updates, what's gone on. You've probably already aware that last week there was no upload. Pure to the fact is because I got knocked off my bike. At 30 mile an hour, I slapped the freaking concrete at 30 mile an hour, and I think I ripped my pectoral muscle, so I couldn't lift my arm above my head. Started splitting blood. Went to the doctors.
Yeah.
Doctor started laughing. I was like, "What's going on?" He went, "Oh, you bit your tongue." I was like, "Oh shit." So that's where the blood come from. I was like, "Right, okay then." So for about 3 days, I was pretty much struggling. I was out proper out of action. It delayed the update on the next episode on the YouTube channel as well regarding the episode. But we are now back. I'm healed up. And there's a few updates that we do need to make everyone aware of. Number one, he's ginger, he's got blue eyes, and he's cute. And he meows.
Leo.
No.
What?
Yeah.
You threw me off then.
Yeah. I've changed his name.
What? So it's not Leo now?
No, it's called Max.
Max.
To my dog that died. It's because what I was doing is when I bought him and I got him, I kept calling him Max by accident. So to the point I thought, figure, I'll just call him Max. Yeah. So he's called Max. Yeah, he's called Max. He's 13 weeks old.
Tiny.
He's got a little pincers for claws, and he's now realised that anything that's got a fabric on, he can climb. So you might hear a jingle of a bell. Trust me, it's not Christmas. We only are in April, and you'll hear a jingle of the bell probably on this mic or maybe Brett's mic, and it'll be him just checking us out, seeing what's going on. But we have a new addition to the family. He's not actually you, is he?
No, he was here a minute ago.
He disappeared.
Can't see him now.
He likes sleeping in caves. Do you want to put my cushion on top of a cushion?
Oh, yeah,
It won't sleep on top of it. It sleeps underneath. Yeah, it just KO'd. And he sleeps like 16 hours a day.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Unreal. So this episode is not based basically on any episode, but I definitely, and 110%, have to start off with something that I believe was absolutely phenomenal. Look at his little face. Yeah, you're cute, Bet. What do you think I'm going to say?
The last location was
absolutely
absolutely amazing.
The evidence we got from there, I mean, no words can really. If I got a better grade in English, I'd be able to experiment with my pronunciations. But literally, I could not explain it any better than that location gave just as much as what we gave back to it.
We got everything.
All the EVPs.
Every type of evidence, what you wanted.
When I caught that EVP in the old court, I jumped up from my seat and went, "Oh, classy!" Shouting like crazy. I couldn't believe it. It turned out to be an absolute phenomenal location, but bearing in mind the location are over 100 years worth of history, and there was 25 known committed deaths or suicides or however they were recorded at the time. So a lot of residual and a lot of energy was going on in them four walls. And when we walked in, it just worked out perfect for me.
It did, yeah.
It was such a good location, and being themselves and having you next to me. Making you jump 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Again, if you've not seen that episode, it is live on the YouTube channel, so please do check it out and give it a like. It is
the 3rd best episode we've uploaded to date.
Yeah, I remember
on statistics. Yeah,
it was fantastic.
It was. Really the watch hours are double what any other one. We're actually just beating the Grey Street episode 1.
Really?
Seriously.
And that was going
for the first 7 days we are anyway.
Yeah, that was always climbing up on it. The Grey
Street. It's still probably.
Yeah, we'll do.
The Grey will probably overtake it still in due time, but it's been doing really well. So it just shows that people enjoyed what the.
But then again, though, if you compare, say if you put them side by side, the Grey Street and then the Gainsborough Old Nick and Theatre, evidence in the way we was, it just shows how much HUC's grown regarding what we've got. And,
totally agree.
Yeah, I'll definitely go back there again.
Pour myself a nice glass of wine. So if you hear a gug, it's the best sound ever, minus a good class EVP. No, I agree. I find it hilariously funny because I mean we both literally do keep an eye on what's going on in the world, so to speak. regarding other paranormal teams, and I religiously watch them, and I swear to you now, not a single ever episode that comes close to what we're capturing. I just can't believe our statistics are speaking more than what they should be.
Yeah.
to the evidence that we're gaining. But I know all this takes due time and effort, and so
you've got to be patient in this game, haven't you?
It is.
You know.
It is, and patience is the key. And if you're not patient and you're hesitant and you push something that doesn't necessarily should be pushed, you tend to make them mistakes. So, in all fairness, when I look at all these episodes and that, I'll watch them and I'll support them by giving them a like. Can you hear him now running around jingling? And I'll give them a like just to show my support. And I do enjoy their episodes, but their evidence is just nowhere close to what we've got. But I did tell you though, didn't I, when we went to that location, certain terms, the quiet parts are the best parts.
Oh yeah.
Because it gives them time to speak. And every time we was quiet enough, we got a Class A or Class B coming through.
Yeah, because we sat in the courtroom for a good while, weren't we? Just
2 hours.
Yeah, because at one point you stopped recording because
I was running out of battery.
Yeah, half an hour left on your camera, so we just had the SLS running ready, didn't we?
SLS again, phenomenal bit of kit. I did miss that.
The very last one.
I missed the piano capture.
Yeah.
That's because I'd already gone too far, and by the time I remembered, I've already exported it and fucking uploaded it. So.
But no, on that location we did get 3 SLS figures, which is probably the most we've ever got in one location.
The one that we did have to drop, I believe, was the one that was under the bed because it just wasn't substantial enough. But the one that
I'm just referring to the courtroom. There was 3 in that courtroom captured.
I remember the piano on the door, but I didn't know there was a third.
Yeah, there was 3 in total in that courtroom.
Oh, shite.
Oh, no. What was they?
I'm sure there's only a piano on the door. Unless you didn't tell me.
Piano on the door, it must be.
Yeah, I was going to say, because normally you reacted there and then in real time, but I remember you reacting twice.
No, it was, 3 in total. There was 2 in the cells, but one was like sort of under a bed, but you couldn't really see it that much.
Yeah, and it was very, very... so quick, it's like a click of a finger.
Yeah, and because of the recording thing there, you saw the green lines come up where it's mapping it in. But
yeah, and to be honest with you, if he does your head in, just push him down. Or just put him on your lap, he'll sleep on your lap. That's all he wants. He likes warmth. He's weird.
Oh no, fantastic evidence.
It was brilliant from start to finish. I mean, we said when we was driving down there, we won't be there all night. I swear to you now. First thing, the clocks went back an hour, went forward an hour, so we stuffed up on that front. And number 2, by the time we actually did get starting to get tired and started yawning, it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, so we thought, well, we're near enough done the full night, haven't we?
And we had belly grumbles, didn't we?
You did.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know the amount of things I had to cut out because of your belly grumbles.
Yeah, I was hungry though. Because I started thinking about takeaways, I'm like, they're not open.
I know, and I got home. As soon as I got home, I transferred everything over to the computer that I run now. Sat ready, and I swear, I went straight to the front room, put a nice banging 12-inch piece of cheese stuffed crust, and I sat there at the oven, staring at the oven, waiting for it to cook. And it was like 3:30 in the morning, so I was struggling to stay awake. But I've done it before where he does this thing. He's got little pincers. Can you hear his bell? You gonna meow? Meow for the mic. The only time you meow is when you're uncomfortable, like this. There you go. Don't like that, do you? Stupid cat. Over there. So, transferred everything over, had my pizza, and then I ended up editing. And I managed to edit from 3:30 in the morning, and I finished it at 8:30 in the morning, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And it uploaded by the... Was it the Friday? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, so we went on the Thursday, didn't we? Yeah. So I uploaded on the Friday by the evening time.
No, I went on the Saturday.
Oh, was it Saturday?
Yeah, I went on the Saturday.
Oh, so what am I on about then? So I uploaded... Why did I rush that upload then?
You didn't. You did it for the week. You didn't rush it. You did it on the Thursday because you was at work. So you did it on the Thursday.
Oh, my night shift came in.
Yes, you did it on the Thursday.
That's why I had to rush. Yes.
You had it finished on the Friday. You did it Thursday night. Started Thursday night and you finished it by 8 in the morning Friday morning.
No, when I was at work on Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Because I thought.
So you blitzed it through all Thursday. Because I went through the SLS and stuff and I put on the drive for you to take off to add in wherever. Yeah. And like I say, you was at work up until Thursday and then you blitzed it through. Yeah,
I remember doing that now because it's a killer when you're on nights and you haven't to come and do an edit. You sat on your computer for literally 12 hours, and if you're steamed up on bloody Red Bull, your stuff, and if you know you've got a night shift or whatever,
your eyes sort of dropping away as well. God. Just trying to concentrate as well.
I mean, I remember when I did that edit, I had to stop halfway through, and what you got a problem with Filmora, I didn't realise this until it actually KO'd me, is if you don't save it and you leave it open and let your computer go to sleep, for some reason after, I don't know how long, Filmora shuts it down.
Oh, yeah.
So I lost an episode of edit
because...
if you don't
save the project.
So I saved it anyway. So I used my head on this one. I saved it and I went back to it like after I'd had a sleep. I remember doing that. But the episode, in fairness, just turned out to be absolutely...
I must mention one thing, though.
What?
which we did notice, the episode does state that it's an hour and 53 minutes. However, it's only 44 minutes, I believe.
Tightness.
Filmora just seemed to have exported just a black screen after the initial episode. So yeah, if you do watch it, it's not an hour and 53, it is just 40 minutes.
Which we did put in the description of the actual upload itself in the end when we realised my mistake. And the reason why mistake happened was because I did an overlay. And I must have
jumped. The overlay must have been long, and I've
moved the mouse and not seen it, and the overlay's gone forward by an hour.
That's probably what it was.
I thought, it's disappeared. I'll put it back on again. So I dragged and dropped the overlay back into it, not realising.
And it's just obviously gone past the timeline. You don't see it. And obviously,
do you know how I knew I've fucked up? It's because when it comes to the uploading to YouTube, it gives the option to know. Do you know when you come to the end credits and you can have your videos that pop up? It gives you the option of when you want them to come in. And I remember clicking for it to come into the last 5 seconds, and it says 156.00.
Yeah.
So I changed it to 149, and then when I uploaded, went and did what I needed to do afterwards. So then when I realised when I went back, why didn't I just read it? Why didn't I see it? 1 hour 54 minutes.
Well, then at that
I should have twigged them, but I didn't.
It'd already gone live. We had views on there. We had views on there, so if we pulled it down, then we'd lose our views. Or our likes and stuff. So it was a case of, right, what should we do quickly? Right, just change it, edit the description, and pop it in there.
When I realised the mistake that I've done, should I go put him in the front? Is he bugging you?
No.
I'm going to say, because he's done my head already. What he does, he gets full of beans for about an hour, then he falls asleep for 16 hours after that, because he's too... And I fed him just before he came, thinking that he'd just calm down, but... So, yeah, what was I saying? So when I uploaded it, and I realised my mistake, I checked the statistics. We'd already had 15.6 hours worth of view time, and about 30 views on it. I thought, if I drop this video now, that's a lot of chunk to drop down when you're struggling to grab them in the first place. So I kept it as it is and just changed it to 40 minutes in brackets for everyone to know. But it's not affected anything. It's still going. Third best upload. This episode is going to be, like I said at the start of the podcast, absolutely different from start to finish. Now, I love
just a mixture of things.
Brett to a certain extent. It bugs me rotten, but I love him to bits. And I find it hilariously funny listening when I put him on the black spot on the back burner. So when I give him questions and he's like stuttering or he don't know what to say or how to react. So what I've done is I've wrote 5 personal questions on my little pad.
Well, you didn't say anything about personal questions.
They are personal. People want to know you. They don't want to know me. They want to know you. You got to remember, you are the Zach Bagans of the show.
There you go, yeah.
By the way, spiked his hair up again today.
I always spike my hair.
No, you didn't. You used to have a sad parting.
No, that was years ago.
We've already been doing this 14 months.
Oh, no, it was the first year of HGC, yeah. No,
so again, if you go back to the next episode, which was the previous one, episode 7, Brett did mention a big slogan saying that he is never wrong. Clearly he is. He had a sad part and now he's Zach Bagans. I ain't watched the new episode yet, by the way.
No, I've not watched it tomorrow.
We'll get on that later on.
Yeah, let's not bring Ghost
Avengers. No, because every single episode is Ghost Avengers. But yeah, so I've got 5 personal questions, to a certain extent personal. Not too personal, but kind of funny and catchy.
This is Davey, not too personal.
No, they are. I could have read them to you before the show, before we clicked record. Before we click record, but it would just spoil the fun. It would. And we've also got various questions from the viewers yourselves that I've sent in. There was supposed to be on last week's episode, but because someone drove into the concrete at 30 mile an hour, no name's Dave, I've still kept them the same. So they're still exactly the same. So these from last week's, but they are from previous weeks that people sent in. So a few of them don't have locations, but we do have names. So if you're listening, you should be able to know it was your question. So we'll answer them as well. But I would like to now let everyone know a few facts and updates. Why are you grinning?
I'm just intrigued to see what you've got on here because I know what you're like.
Oh, right. No, I'm not going to go to them yet. I'm letting you ponder for a good 15-20 yet. So first one is the shop, again, mentioned it on the last podcast, online, raring to go. And we are, personally updating every day, every couple of days. It's getting a lot of changes going on there. Your website, the blog that you've done is all the shop is now incorporated with that.
Oh yeah, it's on there, yeah.
Which is good. And Brett has had his tinkering, magical, lovely, sweaty, fat fingers busy on his new little tech, and he's now made the you can tell him.
Yeah, it's the full spectrum camera, which we're going to be trying out tonight. because we do like to take pictures while we're on locations, just in case we can review them back and we might see any abnormalities on there. But that's just with our standard phone. So I thought to myself, let's try and get a full spectrum. That way I've got the full light, nothing's getting blocked out. We'll take some snaps and then obviously review them back and hopefully get some decent images that we can obviously put into and incorporate into the videos at certain points. So hopefully tonight we'll try it out.
Oh, you bought it tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, but so you're happy with it?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I took some photos in my living room, but when you take it in daylight, it's like a normal camera still, but it's got a pink haze on it.
Yeah,
obviously in the dark, because obviously it's digital camera, it's going to flash it. Because obviously if you turn it on, if you turn the flash off, when you take a photo, you can't see nothing. So obviously it's pitch black.
Yeah.
When you take it with a flash, you'll get like the normal area like you would with a camera. It's just got a haze of like a pink.
Yeah, and
because no UV or IR's blocked out.
Yeah, it pretty much, just so viewers understand how it actually works, is you have certain lenses that are built onto generally the main lens of any camera or video camera, and if you
it's called a cut filter, isn't it?
Yeah, and what it does, it eliminates certain light spectrum towards the camera lens. So when you take a picture or a video, only certain amount of type of light is allowed into the lens, so it gives you potentially the best quality of photo or video you can get.
What you really see is literally when you take a photo is what you get.
Yeah.
Like with infrared cameras, we can't see IR light or anything like that.
Exactly. Pretty much like my infrared camera that we've got, my night vision camera, as soon as I click night vision on, it literally just, you can hear it do it in real time. It flicks that, it does, it removes that lens out the way, so it allows the infrared, which is a different type of light spectrum that we can't necessarily see with our own eyes, similar to what your remote control gives off in it. Exactly the same thing. And it allows that into the camera lens, and of course you can record in pitch blackness, and Brett's done exactly the same thing, but just with
just the digital camera.
Just with the digital camera
just
one.
With the IR cut filter, like I say, it's purely just going to be used for our
it's just because we need to try and, well, and generally we need to try and cover every angle, so it's all like editing an episode differently, or portraying the story differently to the general public. We also need to keep memorizing and remembering that the tech that we've got has to keep being to a certain extent updated, and the camera that Brett's made, because it's such a different type of light and spirits can actually get caught out with it.
Yeah, like anomalies and things
like
that.
You've got
more of a chance of
getting that bit more extra evidence when you don't really realise you've got it.
Yeah.
So it's just covering all aspects.
I'm going from that. I know we just said, but the last episode, I think on Ghost Adventures, they used a full spectrum camera and took it on the stage. Remember?
Yeah, it just made me laugh
because
Dave, don't mention Ghost Adventures. We mention every episode, and then boom.
No, but I just wanted to just.
I know.
You know. When Aaron was, I think, walking on stage, and they took that photo, and there was the stick figure was there, so with the SLS. Then they took the camera with the full spectrum.
Yeah.
And that like haze, like white, was there.
And what it was is not just the image that they caught, it's what they can substantiate and back it up with.
Yeah,
they had two images, one from the SLS and one from the camera, and they mirrored each other.
Yeah.
They took it exactly the same time, and they got two different images.
Yeah.
And they got the slogan of whatever it was, because they thought it was a portal.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Didn't they? What? Well, we might as well.
I've done it.
We might as well. You've opened the fucking can of worms now. What do you think about GA Ghost Adventures at the moment?
I liked that episode, to be honest.
Right, okay.
I mean,
did what they like the doll one as well?
Where you come in that car? That was a bit. It's like
cheesy, wasn't it?
I mean, I knew about it because obviously you mentioned, didn't you?
But it was cheesy.
I'm like, yeah, well, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, why do that?
I don't understand it.
Yeah, I was a bit confused on that one, but like I said, last episode, which is not the one which has been on Thursday, but last week's, that was really good.
It was
really good.
I must admit, I've turned off a bit. Literally, the last episode I watched up to 22 minutes, and I didn't even watch the investigation part.
Did you not?
Because you said something on the last podcast, on the last update, fucking hell, what's going on with my words? On the last episode that we had, that I can't understand one thing about Ghost Adventures. I mean, this isn't word for word. I can't understand one thing about Ghost Adventures is when we first started, they was doing 10 minutes recap of the location, the history, everything, and it was like a good 35 minutes investigation, which is what the general public want to see.
The other way around.
It's the other way around.
It's like 15 minutes investigation.
It is, and I start turning off after 20 minutes
because they're
going on and on.
People. Yeah.
They've had 3 or 4 interviews. You've got Zach Bagan driving around a plastic car, and then you've got different angles of what's going on in the background.
And they normally go around the building, don't they? So they're not, and then goes, right, we're just going to have a quick look around. We'll do a couple maybe EVP sessions or stuff like that. And say, right, we'll just do this before we go to the actual full locked down.
Pretty much, yeah. It's got to the point where, honestly, I get to about 15-20 minutes, I've turned off completely, and I've ended up just turning the video fully off. And I just think it's just the wrong way about going. I think when they do the episodes, yes, they have decent amount of good evidence, and yes, they are celebrities in their own well-being. They are.
Oh yeah.
But they need to remember all the stuff in the background, like seeing the camera person behind the camera or the little funny moments and that. Leave it to social media. Yeah. That's what it's all social media is about.
Especially if you're following them all the way from season
exactly.
1.
Don't put it in your episodes.
No.
I don't want to see that. I want to see pure evidence. I don't want to see Zach Bagans making Aaron scared and. Well, I do, but
I
don't. But you know, like, seeing the camera woman saying something funny or something. I don't know, whatever it is.
I mean, I don't mind like the history of what they do or the interviews prior, because obviously it gives you a little bit of information of what they're going into and things. But just do the main people. Don't just drone on to like all. I mean, they even pulled a copper. It's like, this copper just pulled over. No, he didn't. Why would he just pull over?
it's when they say it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we just stumbled over this copper and he's happy to be on film. It's like, no, it didn't. Yeah. It's all pre-planned. It's just, I mean, they've got. We've mentioned this so many times. They've got the budgets. They have to fulfill it, and each their own. But their technology they've got, I give them the dues, is absolutely phenomenal. Their SLS is absolutely phenomenal. I don't think.
It's got the IR camera, the SLS camera,
but it's all built
camera.
in one.
Yeah.
It's not like 3 cameras on one thing. It's like one camera does all 3 things.
But it's all tiled in it on the actual tablet screen itself. Like that.
The only thing I can think of is, the thing I think of is that. I don't know. Yeah, it's because I've seen the gadget they hold, and it's literally one camera above the actual SLS. So it's not 3 cameras doing it individually where they have to edit in the end. It's actually one. I just think, at the end of the day, making that thing is going to be it shows it's very expensive.
Oh yeah.
Hey, just a quick message. Well, it's more of an update, really. We have an online store for merchandise. It can be bought all from there, and it's all been designed by myself. Unique yet different. Also, every purchase basically helps After Dark push forward, and it shows your support in our quest to show that life really does exist after death. We as a team, totally dedicated to what we do, are so involved in making the right content, but not just for me, it's for you, the supporters, who also wonder the same thing. What happens to your spirit, to your energy when you pass over? So basically, check it out. Click the link in our YouTube about section, and the merchandise link will be in there. Click that, it will open the shop. Check it out, see what you think. Other than that, flick over to the Facebook page that we've got. Put in the search bar HGC After Dark, and the shop will all be on there. But make sure you like the page. Hopefully, the shop that you will see and the items we've got on there you will like. Have a look, see what you think. Other than that, thank you very much for listening to this, and let's get back to this episode, yeah? Another thing that's bugged me this week, social media.
Why?
The amount of people I've nearly messaged, just say to them, are you alright? Is everything okay? I've so turned off social media the last week, maybe 2 weeks. You're looking at me real puzzled.
Yeah, I am.
I don't understand women.
You don't understand women?
No. I don't understand why they have to portray themselves in a sexual way to try and gain views. It's weird. I go through my Instagram now, and I'm scrolling, and it's just women either with low-cut tops or portraying something that not necessarily there. And I can understand so much why all this mental health comes along, because you look at all these. I'm scrolling through daily at them. I mean, we use social media purely for what we do.
Yeah.
That's all I use it for. If it's any selfies, I'll call them. I mean, it's me and you or whatever. It's because we're doing an investigation, so we're going to add a selfie to it.
Yeah, just like quick update on
but
the page
then
and stuff.
I've seen other paranormal groups where I'm not going to name the name of the paranormal group, but she's a very pretty girl, and you can see I've scrolled through, just curiosity deceived me on this one, and I scrolled through what she used to be like, and it was literally like we are, pure locations, and all of a sudden it started changing sexually. So she was showing more body and skin. And do you know, just want to mention and say, is everything alright? It's like the more likes she gets from the male public about the uploads that she gets, the more she might make herself feel better, and I just don't understand to this day why it should be like that. But that's generally how the social media is the bubble's going along.
Yeah, definitely.
It's shit. It really is shit. And it gets to the point now where I'm so close to wanting to delete my personal profile on my Facebook because I get it on there as well.
Yeah.
All the time.
I'd get rid of Facebook, but the only reason why...
I can't do it because the HTC page is connected to my bloody page.
No, not just that as well, but I'd happily get rid of Facebook. So I used to go on it and I found myself just scrolling anyway. I don't really post much on Facebook.
Yeah, post anything. Apart from what we're doing.
Yeah. But I'd happily get rid of Facebook, but I can't because I have memories on there, pop up like so many. That's what I like to see. I like to get notifications. Oh, there's your memories like 5 years ago. So that's the only reason I scroll on it to look, I've got a few like Hull Live and stuff on there.
I know what you're saying, like it is.
I don't go on there like I used to, putting stuff on.
No, it's a memory cap that sometimes you just forget. Yeah. So sometimes I'll flick on social media and I'll have a photo from 10 years ago. Yes, by all means, it's got my ex-partner, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but it just brings back the memory of that moment in time. Yeah. Which I do clearly delete afterwards. But
you've probably forgot about it. Then when it pops up, you're like, oh yeah, I've got to remember that.
Well,
it comes all back to you.
The social media bubble now in general has its own pros and its cons. I do believe now in general, it's got more cons than it has pros. First of all, when I just cut a long story short, my clutch on my bike it knackered up literally, so I had to buy a part. So I've gone on an individual app called Amazon, which everyone knows being one of the biggest providers of anything you need, and I've gone and ordered my part. I go on my social media and it's giving me advertisements for something very similar.
Oh yeah.
And it does my nutting because how would one app they shouldn't be talking to another?
No, it's because of the cookies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know, but
that's why you have to accept cookies now and things like that.
But they don't give a choice. If you say no to the cookie, won't let you load the page.
No, you can go to manager and just select what you want to allow. That's all they do. It's all the metadata and it all links. So like say for instance, I tested it before. I was sat in my kitchen, and then to see about, because people were saying Facebook and stuff like that, it's listening to you, your phone listens to you. So I pretty much just said dog food. That's all I said, and then carried on just chatting for whatever was talking about. And the next day, going on Facebook,
dog
food. Yeah,
sick, innit?
It's crazy. Yeah,
it is sick.
Really is. But like I say, I'll go I did an insurance quote for my car the other week.
I can see man on my bike.
Insurance quotes like
all the time.
Compare.com. It's like because I've been on there.
Yeah, it's like when I did the shop. Don't know the shop, the merchandise store that we've got.
Yeah.
Ever since then, bombarded emails of spam. Have all got me information and they're just spam. It's like it makes you sick to the bones. But I just think general now the whole social media bubble. I just think I need to take. I personally, didn't affect me personally. It doesn't. It done. It's just that when I'm scrolling through, looking at what I want to look at, and then I'm getting images of primarily women sexualising more their content because they know it's going to get them more clicks and more views.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't get it. It's just, yes, I know sex sells.
It's like lowering your standards, isn't it, just to get.
It is, and I think
likes and
it is.
End of the day, if you've got good content and things like that,
it should prevail more, shouldn't it?
You're gonna get the likes eventually.
It is
if the content's good. You shouldn't have to, like say,
use your body,
wear less clothing just to do that. But yeah, it's just what this world is. No, that's what it is.
You get it all the time, and then of course when I get intrigued, I think, well, why? For example, this one person, why are you doing like this? And you just think, oh God, why has it changed so quick? I mean, we're in the 21st century now. So we understand that social media now speaks volumes more than probably anything else in this world.
When
really,
I was younger, there was no social media,
nothing at all.
Facebook, and it was easy. It was but I mean, the technology now is obviously more advanced.
More advanced, yeah.
But yeah, ever since I think when Facebook first came out, I didn't even get on Facebook for like 5 years.
Facebook got sued for what they're doing, but because they're so bloody goddamn rich, they paid the fucking fine, and they're like, yeah, whatever. And what they've done is they've changed the name, which is classed as the brand, to Meta, to cover up the tracks because Facebook fucked up for nearly 10 years of their lifespan.
And then when Facebook went down, because apparently they was trying to access their files, so it was down for like a full day, I think it was, and people were saying, they're probably deleting most of like all the data.
Yeah, the evidence that the government have found out. Literally, Facebook made a massive fuck up.
Because when Facebook actually went down, all the employees in there, they have like these passes to get into like different floors of the building and things like that.
Oh yeah.
They're all linked to Facebook profiles, because Facebook was down, they couldn't move around the floors.
So it was all sat there stationary.
There's like a data point, a data center inside Facebook. Now this data center has obviously got a secure door, which you need a Facebook pass to get through. Facebook was down, so they couldn't get into the data centre either.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Also, it kind of bit them on the own ass, didn't it? It just shows, though. I mean, Facebook know they're fucked up from start to finish. And it's not just Facebook. I mean, well, no, I'm lying. It is primarily Facebook because they bought Instagram out. They haven't bought TikTok. They've got WhatsApp. They've got Facebook now, of course, and everything else in between. And God knows what else they've bought. So pretty much it just feels that you're being watched 24/7. And then when you do finally go on your social media to promote content that you've worked so hard for, and you're seeing other individuals trying to sexualise their content to try and get the more views and the more... It just feels like, in my head, is the more male attention that female gets, the easier it is for them to live their life daily, and it shouldn't be like that.
No.
The amount of... Like, when I've spoken to people personally about it, they're like, yeah, but you got to remember, though, they're probably so depressed in real time... in their own personal life, but they're portraying it as totally opposite on social media.
Yeah, they look really happy. They do the life's going great, and a lot of people do that on social media. They just use it as like a cover.
That's
blanket,
the start of mental health because people read and see these pictures and read what they've wrote connected to the pictures, and because their life's going so shit and they're having issues in their own personal life, they're reading all these celebrities or content creators or vlog creators, YouTubers. Their life's so happy-go-lucky when personally it actually isn't. It's the total opposite, but they're portraying it to be like that because it's the norm thing to do. It shouldn't be like that. No. But I just think, oh God, it's just it's a sick world. It is. It's a sick world. It is. And
I'd say years ago, mental health. I never even knew what that word was. Well, I knew what it was obviously, but
no, you couldn't spell it. You couldn't spell it.
Nobody when we was younger, like say in our teens, leaving school, no one ever
talked about it.
Mental health whatsoever. It just wasn't as a thing like it is now. Whereas now you hear it daily.
And the reason why we hear it daily now is because of social media.
Yeah, that's
you take social media out of everything, and there'll be no mental health issues. I mean, social media controls not just what you portray that you want to show your friends or colleagues or people that you're connected to regarding the platforms that you are on. It's also Sky News.
Yeah.
The thing regarding the Ukraine thing. All the Sky News and all the BBC News and all that stuff, they portray what they want to portray, but it scares the living daylights out of everyone that's reading it.
Oh, yeah.
So social media is twisted to make
it... The news, they just give you the parts where they think, right, the public are not...
It'll sell. People clicks.
Yeah. So it never shows you like calm bits of what's happening.
God, no.
There will be at some point.
It won't show you the hospitals where everyone's getting treated and England are ploughing millions money into it, or other countries are ploughing...
Things getting bombed.
They'll show you bodies on the road saying, look what they've got to go through. Yes, we understand what they're going through, bodies on the road, but I want to see a hospital where they're actually getting treated because I'm donating for this.
See some good out of this war, not good, obviously, good out of wars.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but to try and see the best part of something that's so bad.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing the opposite where they're showing the worst parts of it. And it's just, it's a sick world.
It's because people will tune into the news because it'll sell, like you say, that content sells.
It is.
I don't really watch the news, but like say when
I don't.
COVID
On a show,
and then
I remember 10 years ago when I was living at home, maybe a bit more than 10 years now. Me age 34, 24, it'll be a lot longer, 10 years, 15 years ago. I was at home and we'd flick on 6 o'clock news when there used to be 6 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news, or half 10 news. Where it used to be 6 o'clock used to be looked north, as in the BBC, and then 10 o'clock used to be the big broadcast one. And we'd watch it religiously because that's how the media portrayed what was going on around the world.
Yeah,
fantastic.
That's how you knew. Yeah, that's how you really could.
And that's how you know. Now it's a case of you can't go on anything on the internet without news popping up in some way, shape, or form.
Social media, there'll be an ad on there or something. What a page you like will have some or be shared. So you can't avoid it on social media.
And they portray it in such a weird way where it scares the bejesus out of you. And it's not just regarding Ukraine, for example. Like you can go on anything. Like I could buy something from Halfords, and then click submit and pay it, and then I'll go and do on another page, and next thing you know, I've got pop-ups popping up. Even though I've got a blocker, they still managed to get by of some kind of news article that's happened somewhere really bad in the world, and I think, Jesus Christ, sort yourself out.
Yeah.
It's so they know that the internet is just such a strong way to manipulate what is really going on in this world, and it's such a scary thought. But then you can understand why. I mean, another thing that really bugs me, the government, as in, I'll speak now for England, have ploughed fuck all. Like,
We spent 88 million on Big Ben.
Oh no. And it don't fucking work either. Been trying to fucking fix the car and keep it updated for the last fucking 10 years.
They should just change the batteries.
Oh no. Fucking, I'll get an SS in there, we'll sort it out. But the thing that bugs me about the government now, and especially the English government, is that we are now working hard citizens. So, I mean, I work full-time, Brett works full-time. We do the hours that we need to keep the money coming in so we can keep our family life rolling, as everyone else does, probably listens to this podcast. Yeah, pretty much, at the moment in time it is, yeah. Now, everything is rising in cost, so which is fair enough. So fuel, food, even things like going to buy a new duvet cover, for Christ's sake, there'll be a bit more cost on that. But what people seem to forget is that VAT added by the government is a lot more than what you think. So, do you know when
national insurance is going up?
Oh, it's already gone up.
Has it gone up already?
It's already gone up on the 1st of April. It's gone up by 5%.
Yeah.
So they're not taxing. They're taking more money off the earners, the lower grade earners, to compensate for their fuck-ups. I mean, Christ, they made a fucking app that didn't work, and it cost 60 billion or whatever function it was.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And so, where are they going to claim that back? Oh, well, I'll tell you what, we'll claim it back off the British citizens that work hard for a living. And that's just one thing that they're fucked up on. The litre of fuel. Did you know that the litre of fuel, 70% of it is VAT that goes back to the government? Yeah. So
and when they said, all right, we're going to put a price drop in it, at 6 o'clock that night.
It never did.
No, they put the price up
to compensate for the price drop.
Yeah, but before it went up, they put the price to like £1, for instance, £1.80, and they're going to say, right, we're going to take it 5p off. So it went to 175, but it's like, well, the day before that it was 174, so it means it's gone up a penny.
It's a lot of shite.
It's just like, you've not helped us.
No, I know.
The way they've jigged it like that.
It is. If the government turned around and used their head and said, I'll tell you what we'll do. Instead of taking 70% per litre of fuel, we'll bang it down to 15 and save 20% for the general public that keep ploughing money into the government. Because all we're doing is ploughing money into the government, which is a massive, massive gold pot brimming where you unleash the clasp and it brims out fucking 20 and 50 notes, but it's all from the working class earners. We still drive down the streets with massive potholes. I've gone through a set of 4 tyres in the last year because I'm hitting potholes.
They'll probably just put a bit of time back over it.
Oh, mate, God. We get charged for travelling over bridges when we shouldn't be. Yeah. Because the government should be paying for bridges to travel from one location to the other.
Well, to be fair, our bridge we have to pay because they're in debt, aren't they? So we're paying the bridge.
Yeah, but do you know how they're in debt? Because they fucked up when they made it. They've had a lot of mistakes. But I mean, that's our bridge. I mean, in general, I'm on about in general all the other bridges that go along the line. But I just think, in general, the government are just making it so much harder for us to. I just don't get it because they turned around and said, right, we're raising costs. We need to try and fund this NHS thing. Fair enough. I understand the NHS in England is free, which it is. Yeah. In America, you pay for it and you pay through the roof for it to get any kind of treatment. And it's the opposite here where it's free, which it isn't really now because we're kind of paying for it every time we get paid. We're paying towards the NHS, which is fair enough. But what the NHS is one thing and mental health is another. So if the government are making it so hard for us to live on a day-to-day basis by raising the cost of every single thing through their VAT and their fuck-ups, then surely they should be ploughing more money into the mental health section where they've got the people there to help when people are struggling.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To try and compensate so people have got someone to turn to. There's a lot of people out in the world now that have no one to turn to, have no family, yet are struggling to make ends meet because the government are making it harder and harder for themselves. They've cut universal credit again in England, which means they aren't getting much money. Don't get me wrong, yes, people should be working, that's fair enough. But when you cut universal credit, you're making it harder for people to go back to where...
And obviously gas and electric's going up as well.
Gas and electric.
It's not compensating, is it?
Not just that. Another thing as well, VAT is risen for businesses, which means, I mean, I got laid off only 4 months ago because red diesel went up.
Yeah, I remember,
because the VAT on red diesel got increased from 48 pence per litre to £1.50 because the government wants to make more money off it. Companies can't afford to pay that. No. My company at that present time, but it cost them to run the plant that I was working on, would cost them £180,000 a month more to run that plant because we're running off generators. It's a sick world. But that happened, right? And I'll tell you another story. That happened, and the company laid off near enough 3/4 of the staff, so 80 people. So 80 people was out of work. So 80 people went to claim on dole, which means 80 people then are claiming off the government. So it's costing the government more money for their fuck up that their decision regarding the red diesel. The company now, EcoPower, have now gone bust. Not bust fully, but they've shut down the plant at Melton where I work. No, they've just shut the plant there.
Just closed it.
They can't afford to run it. Because what they're doing is they got rid of 80% and put a core skeleton crew there just to run on days only, so from like 9 till 5. And have old waste plastic material coming in. We would do recycle it and make pellets that would use for fossil fuels for burning.
Yeah.
So you can make energy from it. So they thought if they run the days, we can generate enough cash to basically get a proper electric main line put into the plant, so we can get direct mains.
Yeah.
But they've done it and it's not cost effective. And now I think only last week another 20 people have lost their jobs. Because the government have made a decision of rising red diesel and the cost of that, because they want to line their pockets even more.
No, certainly.
I mean, I can understand rising cost of cigarettes because you're killing people.
Yeah.
I can, when they kept going up and up and up, I quit smoking and I went to the e-cig, and I'm fucking glad they did raise the price.
It's like over £10 a pack now.
Oh, mate, I couldn't afford to keep. I was smoking 20 a day at one point. I couldn't afford to do it, so I thought, fuck it, look after my health, look after what's going on in life. And my pennies, keep them towards me in my chest instead of giving them to the government. So the government rising the cost on that was a hindsight a brilliant thing for me, because I managed to quit and save myself a good £100 a month because of it. That I can understand the government doing, and a big clap for me for that. But when you're starting to rise the cost of gas, electric, you're starting to rise the cost of food, necessities, fuel to get to and from places. The cars prices now have flown through the roof because
no one's buying them.
Companies,
the fuel prices too much.
no one's buying cars properly because the companies are going bust because they can't make them quick enough. Everything is revolved around energy. Anything that is made takes energy to make. So if you're rising the cost of gas and electric, then the cost it comes back on itself. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes to the rising cost, when it comes to the cost of making out on a car or anything, I don't know, a bed or a shirt for your favourite liberty, all that goes inside of it, and it's like a big massive domino effect. It's just the last week though, I've been paying more attention to it more the last week because it just bugged me regarding the social media thing, and of course I paid a bit more attention when I shouldn't do. And I think this world is just an evil place. I think personally, social media should be just left down to what you're promoting as a business or as a media thing, like what we do, like just promote as a business. I mean, if I had a pair of tits, I still want to show them off. I'd cover them up. You know what I mean? I mean, they're not far off now because but I would. And I always thought, I know it sounds stupid, but if I'm scrolling through and I see a woman who's dressed professionally, looks really pretty, made such a good effort, I will look and click and like that picture more than I will do if a girl's got her tits out. And it's just one of those things I always do because they've made the effort to be the opposite end of the spectrum to what social media should and is portrayed as. Yeah. And then so that's my personal thoughts on the place on the scenario anyway. Is there anything you want to jump in with and mention yourself, Bert? Because I've not seen you about 2 weeks. Because you're a hard man to get hold of, by the way.
Hard man to get hold of.
He is. He's an hard man to get hold of, this guy.
No, to be fair, there's nothing. Obviously, last week we didn't obviously go on the investigation, so I pretty much just chilled out at home, really, and then went to work. I've started watching Top Boy though on Netflix. That's good.
Oh, the gangster thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
What, the Netflix original one or the Summer House one?
No, the Summer House one.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, watch that first, then watch the
Summer House one.
I'm on,
the other one, sorry. Yeah,
I'm on episode 7.
It just reminds me of, what is that film?
Kidulthood.
Yes, an adulthood.
Yes.
Right, I want to get to another thing now. Now, do you know what? This is why I love bouncing off you, because another thing that not bugged me, but it made me think. The amount of things we're losing daily, monthly, yearly. What's the biggest thing that I believe, and you believe, makes and happens daily, and it makes you change your personality, your aura. It brightens up your day, or your month, or your week. What's the one thing that you do, and you don't realise you normally do it, but you do it all the time?
I don't know. If I don't realise I'm doing it, then
music.
I don't.
You take music out of anything. I mean, I've been down. I've been down one day and I put a good song on and it's pepped me up.
Yeah.
It's brought me into it. Or when you go to the gym, you put a rocky song on. You know what I mean? It just, you know what I mean? You know, it builds you up.
Like say on the way to work. Like say if we've not done a podcast, because normally I listen to it on the way to work. Once I've listened to that episode,
you put music on, don't you?
Then I'll put music on the way to work. Like I'll put like I used to go through my playlist, but then I start to get bored of them songs. So I'm thinking I don't want to be going through scrolling. I'll play that one, then add that one to the queue and so forth. Yeah. So now I just go, because I'm on Apple. I just go to the latest top like dance music or just a mix track, and some song on there come up it's like, I don't know this song, but it's really, really good. So I add it to my library now. I've just started to do that instead of going through my playlist. But I know what you mean. Yeah, it brings some.
It does. It brings like you. Put
I tend to walk faster as well. Honestly, I do.
Well, you don't bloody work faster, that's for sure.
But it does though. It's when you put a song on, like when you're going to work, you put that song on, and it's got that upbeat and that tone that you really enjoy, and you think, oh God, yeah, and you go to work a bit more happy than it would be if you didn't have it on. Yeah. So the reason why I mentioned regarding the music thing is because the amount of artists recently we've lost.
God. Yeah, I know.
Lost. Like, do you know when I was on about the social media thing not too long ago, like 10 minutes ago, regarding the peer pressure and sexualising their content to try and make them get clicks and views and watch hours or God knows what else. Yeah. Exactly the same thing's going on in the music industry. And I'll say this now, I can name now 10 bands where they've broken up because of social media and because of the platforms. Little Mix, Jessie. She turned around and said that she's struggling with a weight issue, and the general public have utilised that and hit her hard. Which there's two.
Is she going on her own now though?
Yeah, this way it gets a bit shifty and a bit sketchy. She said, "Oh, I don't like the general public portraying me as being the bigger girl in the band," and I thought she's the most beautiful girl in the band. Personally, I think she's gorgeous. She's now gone solo.
Yeah, I thought she had.
Which don't make sense if you're going to get ridiculed for your weight. Why go solo?
No, but I think she's probably gone solo. Because, one, obviously she still wants to be a singer, obviously. But then, that way, it's just her. Whereas when she was with Little Mix, obviously she's obviously a bit of a bigger girl. But that she
stood off for the wrong reasons.
But then, obviously, the other lasses in the band are also maybe a little bit more petite. So, she's maybe thinking, that's why I'll go
this,
and do that.
This leads me on to the next thing, and this is why I enjoy having you sat next to me. 110% what you just said then is 110% true. What it is, you got 4 girl band there, for example, that's what they are. Yeah. You got Jessie, you've got Jade, you've got Perry, and you've got Leanne. So fantastic. All 4 of them, are fantastic in what they do, and their voices are absolutely. I mean, I listen to them in the shower. I listen to all the music; they're really good. But the best singer in there is what's her fucking name? I just said a name.
Jessie.
No.
Leanne.
No. You remember that? Jade and then Perry. I'm going to get there. The best singer in that band is Perry, and Perry knows that. As soon as Jade left, they've now done their last confetti tour and now splitting up. So Perry's now all of them going to go separate ways. So what is being portrayed as the social media has been one thing. It's totally opposite in the background. I think personally, Perry's the best singer. She knows she's the best singer. She's going to go anyone else. And Jade's a really good singer as well. All 3 of them, Jade, Leanne, and Perry, are fantastic singers. I would say my personal opinion is that the front 3 were the best singers, and I think she used that as a scapegoat, Jessie, to get away from the band because she wasn't as good as what the other 3 are, not just in looks but in voice. But I mean, I can lead on to the next thing. I can name band after band after band that have split up for that exactly the same thing. Can you name any band? No? Cover Drive.
Don't know what it is.
You never heard of Cover Drive? Cover Drive were massive, 10 years ago? And they've got a main singer, Amanda Reefer. She was the fantastic singer, and it was Amanda Reefer, and she had cousins of Dappy and the other kid, I can't remember his name. They're split up. She was the fantastic singer, but they're split up because she was getting all the attention and them 2 guys weren't. And that's why the band split up.
Well, that from social media.
Another band. Name me a band that Talisa was in.
N-Dubs.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. She was getting more attention than the other 2 guys.
Yeah, than Dappy and that.
And Dappy, I want Dappy and bloody Cover Drive. It was.
Yeah,
Dappy's N-Dubs. Sorry, I can't remember the other 2 guys' names in the fucking Cover Drive. But, and then you've got my favourite band, Fifth Harmony. What happened in Fifth Harmony? Name the first singer that left in Fifth Harmony, and you don't hear from it now.
I don't know anybody who's in Fifth Harmony.
You don't know anybody, so you don't know Lauren in Fifth Harmony, who's got probably the best voice out of the whole band. So Fifth Harmony I don't think they were put together from X Factor, but they were put together from. I'm sure they were put together from
a reality TV show.
I'm sure. I might be wrong, but I'm sure there was. For some reason, I've got the back of my mind that there was. But then you've got Camila Cabello. You heard of her? Oh, Brett, Jesus! This is where Brett struggles in life, literally.
If I hear a song, I'll know the song, but I don't know people's names. Like same as actors. I don't.
You never heard of Camila Cabello? the singer.
Most probably, but I don't know the name.
Well, probably why? Because she left the band. She wasn't the best singer. Well, she was. She had a really good high tone. So her high tone was like treacle. When you pour it into toast, it just flows really well. Seriously, it really did. And when she sang her high notes in the band, it just went and rolled off really well. And she was the best singer of the band. So when they got together and it was Fifth Harmony, the look was fantastic because they had a coloured girl in there and you had 4 other white girls in there, but it was a mixed race kind of band.
Yeah.
And so the voices were totally different ends of the spectrum, and the band really fucking worked well. Camila Cabello had the high tone to cover the aspect of the band that was needed at the time.
Right, okay.
She left the band and then it was just left as a foursome, and then all of a sudden it kind of drifted off and they ended up getting dropped by the label, which was Republic. They dropped him in the end because Camilla was classed as the best singer. It's a lot of fucking shite, it really was. It's another band that we've lost because of peer pressure of social media, because literally everyone portrayed her as being the best singer, but then when she left, the band I personally thought was a lot better. But then, because social media got involved in it and all ridiculed and that, this was worse because she'd left, so they ended up splitting up. Another one, Pussycat Dolls, Nicole Scherzinger, or whatever you pronounce her last name.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
They split up because Nicole was a big-headed fucking two shoes who had the best voice,
she did,
but made the other 4 girls feel really bad regarding it. Every song that, I mean, you got to remember this is nothing to do with fucking paranormal. I don't know what the hell I'm on about here.
This is how we drift off.
Yeah, this is proper drifting. This is extreme.
I know,
but
also Dave babbling.
Yeah, of course, the main thing. But Pussycat Dolls were signed by Universal Records. Universal Records portrayed Nicole as being the best singer, which she was. Give a do, she really was, and she had a good solo investment when she did split from the band, but it didn't last fucking long.
No, it
lasted about a year and then it disappeared. And it got to the point where she was trying to collab with all of her artists like 50 Cent and stuff like that, and Jay-Z and all that stuff, to try and keep her fucking head above water, when clearly it never worked. My personal opinion, Pussycat Dolls, Melody Thornton was the best singer. The half-cast girl, my god, her voice is definitely like treacle going on toast. It just flowed really well, and she hit the high notes perfectly. And yet she, when she went to a solo career, because the band got forced to quit because Universal dropped them because Nicole parted ways, I still follow Melody Thornton's pop career because it was really good. Speaking of pop, another band. Remember a person called Pete Waterman?
Pete Waterman?
Yeah, Pete Waterman. No? He was the first ever guy. He was a judge on a panel.
Pete Waterman. Yeah, with the glasses.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sure
it's about a singer.
No. It was a panel.
No, I know you're on about that. Yeah.
He's a guy who put a band together called Pop.
Yes.
P.O.P. exclamation mark. Now, these two girls, there was 2 girls in this band. One girl, I think her name was Rachel. I might be wrong, I can't remember. But the other girl was called Jade McBride. She actually went on X Factor a couple of years ago to revive her career. Go back a step. Pete Waterman created this band called Pop, and the 2 guys in it never bloody sang. They just danced. And the other female, which I think her name was Rachel, I can't remember. I think it was Rachel. She never did sing anything, but Jade was the main vocal artist on that full band. If you go on, you can find one of their songs on Spotify. So put Pop exclamation mark and it'll come up with one of their songs. But Jade was the best singer, fantastic singer, and the reason why they split up because social media hit him big time, saying that none of the other band do anything. You're all a make-believe band. What's going on? And all this, that, and the other. So the record label dropped him. Social media controlled the whole fucking lot, and he lost a full decent band because of it. Because of that. I can name another band, Liberty X.
Liberty X,
fantastic band. Yeah. I can name Michelle Heaton, fantastic. Honestly, it's unreal. But I think social media again just clipped in and put their own interpretation on it.
You don't realise how powerful it is.
Music in general is a powerful form. It is something that's never going to disappear and will always prevail and get better.
But like you say,
social media controls it.
Yeah, it just shows how strong social media is.
It is.
And can be.
It's massive.
It can destroy someone's. Like I say, social media could probably destroy somebody's life.
And it does.
In an instant.
It does.
You know, within 24 hours, you could be. I would want to say Thursday, great day. You know, you've got decent life going on. Friday comes, you do one little thing, just silly little mistake or something like that.
Yeah.
Gets on social media. Next day, 24 hours later, Friday,
crumbled.
Yeah.
Because of
job,
everything
like that.
Because of social media also is a good selling platform, but it's also a bad platform for people to put their interpretation on what they feel is right and wrong.
They don't want to listen to, say for instance, if this person, say something happened and they made a mistake, they don't want to listen to their reason. They just put their own reasons on it and say, well, no, you're no good, you scum or whatever, and that's it. They won't listen. They just bang, bang, bang straight away.
It is. And it's just it's a sad way of life. It really is. And the amount of music and the amount of artists, and the amount of talent that has been dropped and been shifted on because someone can't be fucking bothered to send them a personal email, but instead of do it on an upload platform where thousands of people also see what they think, and people listen to it.
I can enjoy people do put those comments on certain things on social media, just as well, just like other people, just to get likes as well on those comments.
Oh, mate, I listen to on my Spotify. I listen to football podcasts. So I listen to one called Fozcast, which is a professional a goalkeeper, and he's now got his own podcast. And he said exactly the same thing as what you is. A lot of because he gets hate, everyone gets hate.
Yeah.
He gets hate daily, and he remembers one moment where he got a hate comment and he replied to it, and then the person who put the hate comment replied to him personally saying, "I'm so sorry, but I can't believe you replied to me."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, people put hate comments to also get a reaction.
Yeah.
So,
like I say, just a reply or even just a like. It's something so petty can be also very, very powerful and harm somebody.
It is, and it digs a bigger wound than what people may think.
Not that, again, going back to the mental health, that can cause that as well. People just commenting and stuff like that. And it can bring someone down really, really quickly. And
to the point where all our social medias have got blockages on them. So when people reply, if they put certain words in, it doesn't upload the comment because I don't want to see hate comments.
No.
I've had comments come up all the time for subscribers and supporters saying, "Oh, I want you changing stuff like that." Perfect. I just want to go and give them a bear hug. Yeah. That's what I want to see and read to try and improve the content that we've got. I'd love to read things like that.
Yeah.
If someone turns on and says, "Oh, Dave, you got bigger tits than my mum," do you know what I mean? I don't want to read things like that. So I put a big category of just words that if they're putting their upload on their comments, it just will not upload the comment because it's a hate comment. It's just it's one of those. I mean, I've had my little rant and rave about it, and I could probably talk for another hour about it. But it's just something that really bugs me to the core regarding the whole world how it is now. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Every time you wake up each morning, the day is different. It is. It's just one of those.
You always end up going to your social media and scrolling through.
You do it. It's an
addiction.
It is. It's like sitting on the toilet, mate, and wiping your ass. I mean, you stand up and realise, shit, I've not wiped my ass. So it's like people go on social media because it's the norm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it is the norm.
It's a daily routine.
They feel if it's not happening, something's wrong. It's like when I take an e-fag drag. If I don't do it like 10 seconds ago, I've got to do it again now. You know what I mean? It's like a fix. It's like a fix, and that's what social media is now. Is like a stupid fix. So when the government portrays smoking as an addiction, social media should be classed exactly the same thing.
Definitely,
classed as an addiction, and addiction actually controlled.
Like gambling and things like that. It's just.
The gambling commission. They're sorted all that out now. Gambling Commission have worked really well in England, especially to stop gambling being as it was back 2 or 3 years ago. There's a lot of protocols in place so you can't overly gamble.
Limits and
exactly.
They even start to
so why can't I do the same thing regarding social media and try and categorise social media as exactly the same thing as an addiction?
I just put a time limit on a daily limit. You've got an hour a day to go on social media.
I think personally, if they're to go forward, mate, any words that are offensive or can be classed as hurting someone should be banned from social media. So, just for example, a word, I don't know.
But the thing is,
fat.
But the thing is that you got to realise the social media platform was built for people to give their own opinions, so they're not going to block anything like that. That's the whole point behind it. It's for somebody to get.
So if that's the case, then, but if it's built for social media's opinion,
I think that's what it was.
No, but it is. It's social media. It says it in the word. Social media. So yes, it's there to for everyone to portray their opinions. That's more than fine because that's how the world likes to communicate through the fucking internet and on social media. It's just one of those things.
Everyone's opinion now, though.
Fucking hell, yeah. Well, not as bad as what it is now.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's just one of those. So why can't the government try and just make it a lot easier for the younger generation to be more protected? Or the female generation to be more protected, or the male generation.
Platform, that's probably why.
But like that's what I think about is world revolves on money. The dollar or the pound note speaks more volumes than anything else.
They're not obviously doing much more about it because it's like, well, just leave it.
Well, I know this episode is going to be a good an hour and a half, but people do listen to it because they listen to our podcast longer than they do and watch our episodes. Believe it or not, they really do. It's weird. So, right, before I keep blabbing on because I am I'm one of those people that always does, all the time. As Carlpe.
I'm
going to read out the 5 questions that I've written down, which was supposed to be on the last week's episode, but unfortunately now it's on this week's one because someone drove into a wall at fucking 30 miles an hour. So I'm going to read these out, and then I'm going to then put Brett on the spot.
Wait, read them all at once?
No, not all at once.
Not one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time, Divvy. I mean, I don't care if the episode goes to an hour and 50, or I don't care if it's 2 hours. I'm not bothered. There's no limit on the podcast. It's fantastic. People listen to it. It's easy to listen to something when you got headphones in, or
if you're just
or whatnot.
doing the ironing or
exactly.
I would say doing the
So me blabbing on, unfortunately, I had an extra 30 minutes onto it, but Brett never told me to keep it in, so you know what it's like. So
I can't just cut you down like that. You know, it's your opinion. Gotta let it roll.
Let it roll. So first,
keep rolling.
That's the one. That's the one I was trying to think of. Keep rolling. That's the one. So first question is from a girl called Zoe. Now she didn't put a location down, which is a personal opinion, but so I've just got it down as Zoe. So
you're doing the questions what people have wrote in.
Yes, first.
Right,
okay. No. I wonder why you looked at me a little weird then. So first question: how do you stay calm at locations? Now, we don't. I don't.
No, well.
I cut a lot of shit out. I have to because I act like a girl. I scream like a girl.
I mean, I'd lie if I went to a location I wasn't nervous.
This is a question for you. Because you lie at your fucking... Yes, you do. No, but you lie. You lie, you portray yourself as being big and I am.
Yes, I do get nervous when we're going to them. But there's a different nervous... I can't think of the word. Different nervousness level. So, as we've explained before about the abandoned buildings, my nervous tensions goes a lot higher than it does for when we went to, example, the Old Nick Theatre. Because
it's a public place.
Yeah. Do get nervous. You say about scared in that question as well?
No, she just put basically, how do you stay calm on locations?
Staying calm, I think once you've gone around the location, you've sort of get your bearings, and I think the calmness, you never 100% calm, but you've just sort of, you're aware of your surroundings, so your body just tends to settle, in my opinion anyway. You just sort of settle down, but I think you're never calm. So you're not stood there shaking. So when I ask you, no, that's so when you go to a location, you're not physically shaking, so your body's going for an external thing, so you're not physically shaking, you're not like that kind of scared. If I seen a spirit in front of my eyes, my body might start shaking. Like we said, what would you do? I'd probably run, but it's like,
I don't know.
You might be frozen. You might freeze.
Every time I've been caught out, the only thing I've ever done is froze.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
speak to Mum about it last night, and I said, Mum, why do I freeze? She went, I don't know, but I do the same. So I was like, really? She went, yeah. Every time she's been scared, she freezes.
Yeah, but you always say,
hereditary.
I'd probably run, but then you don't.
You don't realise
until you experience that. You don't know what you're gonna do.
No, but it's just that the question's kind of fitting, really, actually, and it's a perfect timed question, really, because it's only last episode I was saying to you. When we was in that last location of the old care home and the curtain dropped, I bounced like a Cheshire cat, and you're going, flexing your muscles. Didn't make me jump.
No, because it didn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
If you had a camera on me, you might see me go like that, but I didn't physically feel myself jump like when you did. Obviously, but I was looking the curtain was behind me, wasn't it? I was looking to the side. So to the side. And obviously, you was here. I heard it drop down, but I didn't quickly go boom. What made me go round that way was to look at you when you thinking, what was that?
Right, okay, so valid point. That's a personal opinion. I don't understand, but I want to understand because when I do speak to you, I can tell you're nervous because your throat goes dry because you're always gulping for saliva down your throat. That's a main big giveaway. I have, because I was at a solo and I was just trying to keep my mouth moist. So yes, I see differently to what you're portraying. But when I ask you, Brett, are you nervous? Dave, Brett just turned around and said, Dave, yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm shitting myself. Not go, no, I'm alright, mate. No,
because sometimes when you ask me at that point, I'm not nervous.
But it takes you 5 seconds to answer it, and then you go, nah, I'm alright, mate. I'm like, nah. Just cut a long story short, after this podcast recording, we are now going to 2 locations. One of them is formidable for demonic. We've got demonic evidence. I've got a hell of a lot of demonic evidence from it. Yeah. Pretty much the land that it sits on dates back over 1,000 years, so it's massively steeped in history. And the plot of the location that we're going to, which is situated on the same plot of land, is actually getting archaeologists are now digging up surrounding it because a lot of it dates back to the Saxons and Roman era. So I'm going to take Brett back there. I'll start that again. I'm taking Brett there because he's never been there before, and he's going to do a solo in the demonic room that I got my first hiss at. Which you clearly hear on the episode. I got his start when I looked at that demonic sign. So Brett's going to do a solo in there by himself.
Again,
so I would, if I was you guys, I would tune into that episode. Here we go. I would shut up. I would literally wait till the episode goes online and just actually watch and see. Just message, put on the comments at the bottom of it. Yeah, I think Brett was nervous because I tell you what, every time I would have locked off camera or a camera put in Brett's hand, him saying he's not nervous personally to my face is totally the opposite to what the camera picks up. He just likes to be the big balls. That's all it is, and it's always going to be like that from him. He lives his life in this bubble where likes to portray himself as one thing: cool, calm, collective. The 3 C's. And literally, when the camera goes on him, it's totally opposite. So this location we're going to, the reason why we're going back there is because it has to be done. I don't like very much revisits. Well, I do like them, but I don't.
No, you don't mind if I've not come with you, so it's a different experience.
Yeah, so if I've gone to a place and Brett's not been there, for example, and it's fucking phenomenal and the evidence is absolutely great, then of course I'd love to drag Brett down. He's my best friend of the day. I'd love to get him there and put him in that situation. I felt
the list, then, isn't it?
It is.
Done. It's put to bed. And
110%, and I do believe that because I've got so much experience now regarding the 75 plus locations that I've done, he needs to be brought up to date exactly what I've gone through. So going back to a life location like that location that we're talking about now, he has to do it because he has to put himself in the uncomfortable zone to then get to know himself a bit more, which is going to come in time. Bless his cotton socks. He's smiling like a Cheshire cat at the moment with a spiky fucking Zach Bacon's hairdo. But I tell you what, put the camera in his hand and give it a few hours time, and it's a bit pitch black and it's dark, and I've walked away and dragging me fag like a mile down the road and he's by himself. He will change his chum. It will happen. But back to the question. Sorry, Zoe. I'll babble on. I do apologise.
I'm just going to interrupt though.
No. Oh, go on. Oh, he's interrupting now.
So Dave's always saying about these solos, which yes, I'm happy. I'm happy to do a solo on my terms, obviously.
Right.
But the only reason, which is why I say I'm not doing a solo, is pure to the fact.
Oh, shut up. Excuse.
Because
excuses.
I know what Dave's like.
No.
So if I'm there, just like we was at Gainsborough, we was in the prison cell and was there just quiet. And
You want a solo?
No, I want a solo. No, but was there.
But you're famous for solos.
No, trying to make me jump. So what I'm saying in regard.
No. You're talking at your ass now.
No, so what I'm trying to say is
that wasn't a solo.
No, it wasn't a solo.
So why are you talking?
No, but you was trying to make me jump in there.
Was it a solo?
No, I'm not. No.
Was I in the room at the same time?
An example.
Was I the same?
Yes, I'm giving an example.
He grit his teeth at me.
I'm giving an example. Yeah. So what I'm saying is to do a solo. Yeah. Then I always need to know where Dave is, because otherwise, if not,
fucking brilliant.
Then he's gonna do something to get a reaction off me. And like, but I know, well, was it in thingy? It was actually, in the courtroom. I think, or was it? Oh no, it was somewhere in Old Nick, and you did something, and I was holding the SLS when you made me jump, and I said, "Pack it in now, 'cause I dropped this."
Yeah, it was in the cells.
Yeah,
it was in the cells. But say this whole question is varying. Is what Brett mentioned first half.
I was giving an example of why.
But an example is, by the way, you've got a Peugeot, I've got a Peugeot, we both drive a Peugeot. That's an example because you've got one, I've got one. No. Let me speak first. Then. You see, you're gritting your teeth again.
Because I know what I'm about.
He's on about no. This is all about solos.
Oh, no,
when I made you jump, I was in the room the same time as you. But it wasn't a solo. I've never made you jump on a solo.
No, but
I haven't though. Every solo you've been in, I've never come in and made you jump. Have I? Have I not? The Grey Street. Have I made you jump in the? No. When you came downstairs.
You was downstairs though.
Well, where else am I going to go?
I thought you was outside.
That's not my fault, is it? It's not my fault, is it? I've never made you jump on a solo. Never. When you've left the solo.
Okay, right. The point is that you do try and make me jump. So this is why I'm always
bollocks.
Thinking about doing a solo.
So personal opinion is he ain't got a leg to walk on. At the end of the day, the ground underneath Brett now is like ice. It's cracking underneath. I've never once made him jump on a solo. He's always left the solo, and I've either been in the wrong place at the wrong time where he's been sketchy in the first place through doing his solo, and I've been in the wrong place at the wrong time, it's made him jump. Or when I have made him jump, it's been for spits and giggles where we've done a location, I'm in the same room with him, I've shuffled my feet, and he's jumped out of his skin. But it's never been a solo, because I'd never do it on a solo. Because the solo...
Just letting people know.
But it's not an example.
Of what you're like,
and
what you try to do to get a reaction out of me. That's what I was on about. Well, no, we don't get nervous.
Well, I personally, I mean, going back to that question again, I do get nervous. I do, and I wouldn't.
You have a gut feeling, don't you?
It's a horrible feeling. My nerves shirt is more my tone of voice. So my tone of voice changes, then you can tell.
Nervous on the way down to Gainsborough, though, weren't you? You were saying in the car.
Yeah, I was nervous in the cells at Gainsborough.
Yeah,
I remember I said, there's a cold spot in front of me, and all of a sudden the equipment off, and I felt like a cold spot. That's me getting nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know. It comes in different shapes and forms depending on each individual person. But because I've done so many locations now, I deal with it a lot different than what I did like 50 episodes ago, for example. But I do get hellishly nervous. I think the most nervous I've ever been is when I did my first solo in Rachel's room in the Grey Street by myself. That I was petrified.
Oh, yeah, God, what was that? We'd been there
over
twice.
a year.
No, but I mean, we'd been there twice. And this is our first location, so we pretty much knew.
I know.
You know,
I was
never been in that situation
so
before.
I'm laughing at you. The reason why I'm laughing at you is because what you went through, I went through like 10 minutes previous. And I was my saving grace. Going off. Yeah.
And I was saying to you, I don't want it to go off.
I know. And my saving grace, was my saving grace that it didn't record you when it recorded me? It was, wasn't it?
It didn't. Yeah, it was.
It was recording. We lost your footage, didn't we?
But it went green when we come back to.
Yeah, that was it. Because watch the episode.
The EVP recorder was recording me in that room.
Yeah.
On the camera, but then the camera malfunctioned or something happened.
It turned green, didn't it? And then when we left the room and turned it back on, it came on fine. Yeah, it was a weird scenario. But that just shows that spirits can affect electrical equipment. Yeah. And I do believe it was John, the fucking horrible little shit of a guy. I'm sure he turned it off because we was getting answers through. But in all fairness, though, at that moment in time, that's the most petrified I've ever been. I think the second most petrified I've ever been is when I was in the suicide house when I was upstairs by myself. And I had that fucking loud bang.
Yeah.
God almighty.
When Michelle was downstairs.
You've seen a cat jump and he banged the floor and it banged? Yeah, that's exactly what I did. But then I boinged like that, and then all of a sudden my camera stayed still, and I just sat there poised. The weird thing is, though, look at the footage, though, and I've watched this like 10 times because it's real weird. Because I've looked it back because I need to learn more about myself.
Yeah.
So I've looked back at the footage. I've walked to the end of the corridor, and all of a sudden there's no noise, nothing like it's pitch quiet. You could hear a pin drop, but I just stopped because my heart and my head felt something weird. Just something was like
uneasy.
That's the thing. And I felt something was either going to happen or just something didn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
And if you look at the footage now on Suicide House Part 1, watch it. You can't beat it. Watch that episode. I was stood there, I walked along, and all of a sudden I just stopped and just pointing my camera at the end of the corridor. Bear in mind, Michelle was at the end of the house, the opposite end of the house, with Richard, completely far away from me. I just paused, and all of a sudden, bang, bang. And I think, what the fuck? What made me stop? Yeah, it's just weird. There's no reason why I can stop. Normally, you just keep carrying on. All of a sudden, the bang bangs happen. But at that moment of time, I just stopped. So that's why I keep looking back and I think, fucking hell, that's weird. But yeah, I do get nervous. I do get scared. And if I didn't get scared and nervous, I wouldn't be doing this now. I wouldn't be, because that's what it's part
of the adrenaline.
It is. It's going to search and look for the paranormal is one thing. Getting the nerves and that, it's an addictive drug for me. Because if I don't go to a location, I don't feel nervous, or I don't feel what the spirits are feeling at that present time. So you got to remember, when you go to a location as well, you have to try and entwine into what that spirit or spirits have felt or feeling at that time. So you got to literally let all the inhibitions go, just relax, just let yourself be what you want to be, and go into that location, because the spirits tend to want to communicate with you more because they can establish a communication. They feel like they know you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where if you go in there all boisterous and giddy and laughing like a 15-year-old child, no spirit's going to want to communicate to that. But if you go in there with a calm, collective voice, calm, collective atmosphere, and say, look, I'm here to record the evidence.
They'll be looking and sort of trying to weigh you up of what your intentions are and stuff.
At the end of the day, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to speak. I mean, we went to the old Nick in Gainsborough. They didn't have to do fuck all that night. That place is very much like 38 Drive, where it's overly done. It's like a blood-sucking leech. They've leached everything off it.
It's a well-known location, isn't it?
It's a well-known location. So a lot of paranormal teams have been there, but I believe we've gone there and acted the way we have acted, professional from start to finish, and we've got fucking hell fantastic evidence at the end of it, because we go there for a goal, and that goal is to let them speak, let them say what they want to say.
We don't get annoyed or anything, do we? We just
just chill.
And just,
the last 2 hours, me and you were nearly dropping off, weren't we? But falling asleep, but we're just talking like we're normally doing now.
And then you get reactions.
And we get reactions, and the voices come through. My EVP recorder, as soon as I walk for that front door, clicks record. So I've got like, fucking hell, 8, 12, God knows how many hours of pure recording. So I'm picking up all the small talk between Brett and next door neighbour, for example. I'm picking up small talk of everything, but also in between that, it's put into a room where we're on a solo, but it's still recording, because the spirit talks whenever they want to talk. It's not like like a zoo where it's not like a performing bloody cat where they have to stand and hold the ball or whatever. It's literally, they speak when they want to speak, and if it's a residual energy, it's going to do it whenever it wants to.
Just repeat on a sound.
Exactly. So having that EVP recording all the time, you will catch it.
Yeah.
Other paranormal groups fucking don't do it, because they can't be asked to troll through the 12 hours of listening to what you've done for the 12 hours previous. They can't be asked. Whereas we do, and look at the evidence we're getting compared to them. Anyway, next question. I think that's fucking... Honestly, it bugs me, but that's how it works. Next question from Martin from Manchester. Martin, I think we've had this question before, very similar before, but we'll still definitely answer it, so thanks for sending it in. What is your goals doing... sorry again, bloody hell. What is your goals doing what you do? My personal opinion, my goals is to be the best of the best. Don't mess with the best. It is. I think I'm going to be the best of the best.
Well, I think our goal is, again, like say, straight to the point is we'll find answers, get that evidence what's not been captured before, and, prove to people that there is life after death. That is our main goal.
We started this because we didn't believe there was life after death.
No. And obviously another goal as well is for us as well, for the experiences. I mean, the fantastic locations you end up going to, and stuff like that. So
you do, because you're like an urban explorer at the same time, aren't you?
Yeah.
You get to see these locations before they crumble.
Me and you, we like an old building, or we like a museum
architecture
type
and
stuff.
That.
Yeah,
definitely.
We like that. We just like looking around sometimes, don't we?
We do. To know that's a valid point that you bring up. Being the paranormal is one thing, but these perks and the perks are going to these locations and seeing what life used to be like back in the 20s or 30s.
Say, for instance, if you go to a museum, the general public can go to the museums, in the daytime and what have you.
But it's set out.
Yeah, it's set out. But when you go as a paranormal investigation team, it's after hours. It's locked down, and it's totally different.
It is. And then when you stumble across a newspaper from the 1920s, they actually personally have taken home and put in a drawer because it just shows that each location has its unique story and unique situation, and a location is not just a location. A lot of life has happened between the four walls of that location. Whether it's death or not, it doesn't matter. But a life or a family life has been...
Memories have been made.
Yeah, memories have been made in that. So for us to walk around the 1920s or 1910 or even better, an 1860s suicide house, for example, and seeing the architecture of the alcoves and the doors and the door handles and even the electric switches and stuff like that. I mean, I'm always going by and touching these electric switches thinking, God, this electric switch is over 100 years old. I'm touching them with my own bare hands. You know what I mean? It's weird.
It's still intact.
It's still intact and probably would still work if you put the electric on, for Christ's sake. It's like an urban exploring thing, but just it's the perks, the paranormal.
Well, like when you go to an house, it's the layouts as well, because the layouts are totally different to like houses.
I've seen it where you don't have to get front, like nowadays you get front room or dining room.
Yeah.
This place you get dining room and a front room. It's switched way around, and the kitchen's always off the front room and not the dining room. It's way weird. Yeah, you get, and then you do get that, and then it's magical when you run through a location and you see an old piano, like I did on my last a few episodes ago, or you see an old plate that you turn the back over and it's like I've gone into one location. And I've seen comic books, and these comic books were absolutely worth a fortune. And
the Beano ones, was it Beano?
They were very similar to Beano, but Dandy.
Yeah.
And I said to Michelle, I turned the camera off at this point. I must admit, I did it for a reason. I said, Michelle, these are expensive, and we found this plastic bag. I put them in a plastic bag, and I put them underneath Charles' bed, so they're hidden out of the way. So if the house did get knocked down, hopefully, fingers crossed, magazines go down with it. So not once in my head did I want to take anything away from that property. Even though I knew these magazines were worth over 200 quid per mag, and there was about 5 or 6 in there, over £1,000 worth of magazines, pristine condition, just sat there. I didn't want to take them away because we've gone there and the location.
You've gone there for a purpose.
And that's the purpose alone.
Your purpose, and that's not
the purpose is not a thief. Yeah. And that's why
I think if you did that. If you'd have done that and brought them back, I reckon you'd have started to feel guilty. I reckon you'd be like, I need to go back and bring them back.
Big time, massively guilty. And that's why now I'm in communication with loads of urban explorers on my Facebook, and that's another reason why I can't fucking get rid of my Facebook.
Yeah,
these urban explorers,
links on it,
they go to a location and I'll see pictures that they've uploaded, and I'll look at the picture and I think, oh wow, that looks like it's got some right history on it. And I'll send them a message and they'll send me back with the pin directly for it. I got one today.
Because they don't post it on the comments.
They won't do it. Yeah, they won't do it.
So if you obviously...
But if we've got a platform behind us regarding the paranormal and they know that we're doing...
We're not there to like vandalise it.
Yeah.
They're the same urban explorers. They like to appreciate the buildings and go, obviously, like, as it states, go to explore it. They're not going there to destroy it or spray paint or like graffiti or anything like that. They just want to, the same as us, they like to see the
architecture,
the wall, and everything like that, just like the different era of it.
I personally think looking at the last looking at the last few hours of a location is very similar to looking at the last breath of a close family member before they die. So a building nowadays, when it goes past a certain era or certain age, the council tends to just knock it down.
Oh yeah.
All that history goes down into the ground. It gets shoveled, put to a landfill site, and that's it. All the history's gone.
And new bricks
go up, and you got a brand new 21st century house.
Smaller house, like they'll build 2 on there.
Exactly, and all the history's gone.
Houses for like
exactly
really small bedrooms.
So what we provide, myself and Brett and Michelle, and all these urban explorers, as a magical gift to everyone in the public that we get. The last moments of a property.
Obviously, we're showing the public these locations.
And what they are at that present time and what life used to be like back in its present day. And not to mention the paranormal that can attach themselves to it. Yeah. So we're doing...
That's an added bonus, isn't it?
It is. That's nice. I like the way we answered that question.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Well.
Can't wait for your 5 questions, though.
Oh, here we go.
Next question. It is from Marinda. Oh, this one not a question, but I like the way she put it. But I have no questions at all, really. I just wanted to say your episodes are great and I love the podcast, So she didn't actually have no question, but she just sent that to me on personal email.
Even if you don't like something, please let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
Change it.
It made me smile. I mean, Brett makes me smile.
It made me smile when you read that.
Did it?
Yeah.
If you didn't see me smiling, you made me smile.
Yeah.
Sure, do that. I got another question here from Matthew from York. Your channel stands out due to its look, episodes, and evidence gained. Me and the daughter love it. And my question is, what would you consider a Class A EVP to a Class B EVP, and how do you decide? Fucking hell, what a question.
I was going to say,
it is a good question.
Here, right?
Yeah. Personally, what I'll do when I'm checking for EVPs, I unplug my mic, my headphones, and I play it on my speakers on my screen.
Yeah.
If I can hear it in real time, just through my speakers, with nothing cupped in, then what I'll do is I'll pause, plug my headphones in, and then I will segment that capture, and then put my headphones in and listen to it again.
Yeah.
If it's then even more clearer, I will then either 2 options: remove the background noise, but I'll also, you've noticed on the episodes, probably the last 4 episodes, I'll also add an original copy of the original EVP captured first,
the
raw one,
edited,
where I'll remove the background,
which is better because that way it
gives an insight of what I've listened to first,
and the reason why you've edited it a little bit to tweak it to try and get that audio to come through.
And the reason why I move the background noise is people don't realise how sensitive the EVP recorder is. I mean, your belly could grumble, or you could like when you move on your ankle could creak, and that EVP recorder will pick it up.
Before with our jackets on when it's being cold, and like when you move it,
washing movement,
yeah.
So you all that.
Listen to that and you think, what's that noise?
Yeah, I've done it before, but then I've had to look back at the footage.
You know that it's your arm moving. But if you didn't have that, you're
fucked.
That could be paranormal.
Exactly.
Like,
I've had a few of them before where I've looked at it and I thought, fucking, that sounds real weird. And I've looked back at the footage and I've seen you move my arm.
And then you are good to that. You're like, oh no,
yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
I've sent you a clip of it and you said, no, wait there. I remember when I've done something. Yeah. So basically back to the original question. Honestly, it's just like, if I can hear it in real time from the speakers on my actual computer itself, I will then plug my headphones in, like I was just saying, listen to it, and if it's just as clear, I will then caption that off and bang that in the edit straight away as an original captured EVP, but then I will remove the background noise, and that's not to disgrumble what we do as a media company, which is what we're classed as we are now. It's literally to move the grinding noise of your ankle moving, or your jacket moving, or just his breathing, or anything.
Or just like the static,
just
silent,
the static noise that you get.
You still hear something coming through, don't you? Yeah.
Part, yeah. So it removes all that, and then it pulls forward the actual voice itself.
Just cleans it up, doesn't it?
It does, and then I'll also put on the description of the edit. Background noise removed, so you, the general public, know it's been removed.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how it works.
Yeah, there's no special things you add to it. You don't add you're just literally stripping it.
Yeah.
To the bare minimum.
I do another thing though. Actually, now she's asked the question. Was it he or she? He. So now he's asked the question. I do look back at the footage, and try and collaborate with when it was taken.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I need to know what you was doing and what I was doing. So, for example, the one in the courtyard room and the court room on upstairs, the last location, I looked at you and you can see on the far corner, stood there with your thing, and literally went like that. So your body was not. Your feet were stationary.
Yeah. But I didn't have my coat on, I had my hoodie on, didn't I? So you can't hear anything.
Nothing was rustling.
And I did notice the floorboards was creaky. So
the reason why I checked back at it
quite a few times.
Yeah, because you was walking around a few times.
Yeah, but then I stopped.
And then I realised what I was doing. I was sat in the seat and I didn't move for about an hour because I was that tired.
Yeah.
So I knew it wasn't me. So getting that EVP was an absolute Class A, and I think I put it down as a Class B because I didn't want to portray it as being any better.
Yeah,
because there was a bit of background noise, and I think it was more because it was an echoey. place, and we went boo, it'd go boo 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 boo.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like a media.
Even when, like the floorboards creaking, you had it like sort of
echo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's an echo-ness to it, so I couldn't really class it as a class A. I wanted to, but I couldn't. But that's pretty much how the EVPs work, and I'm really chuffed to the bones that you've asked that question, because I would consider that a very, very, very good question to ask, because it's a very big part of what we do.
And again, a lot of work
dark.
goes into an EVP, which then comes onto the edit, as Dave explained.
Bloody hell, tell me about it. Oh, big time. It does say, actually, right there, that might be it. Now, it says on here, I've got little prompts on my little pad. It says, talk about demonic and poltergeist in different forms of spirits. That's like a prompt for me. I think we kind of talked about that when I'm going to take you tonight.
Yeah.
The demonic part of it. So I can kind of push that away. Another thing I do need to mention is I got communication from Powerflix.
Oh, yeah, Powerflix, yeah.
Oh, they're happy
I've joined the Facebook page.
They're happy to take our content.
Are they? So what? No.
No.
Oh, they're not?
No, they are.
Oh, right, okay.
With massive repercussions.
Well, what do you mean?
We cannot put any of our content on any social media. We have to send all our social media login details to them. They control all our social.
Why?
Because it's classed as their media now. They will pay us £600 an episode. We have to record.
So you couldn't have it on YouTube anymore?
No, all got to be banned off, cleared off. So it's not classed as free, because they're a paid thing out there like Netflix.
Yeah.
So they sent,
that's a bit.
Yeah, they sent that back, and they said, basically, so all social media is sent to them, so they control social media. If we've got an image that we need to send, we have to send it to
them to
a
get
PR. We'll then upload it to our social medias independently. So they've got to approve it. They've also, each episode has to be approved before it gets uploaded, and we cannot upload it free to any other social media platform at all. So I was like, nope, no chance. I spoke to my mum about it last night, and my mum said, fuck that, Dave, just keep doing what you're doing. And as time goes by, you'll get a lot bigger and get a lot more from doing what you're doing now than what they're offering.
Like we've always said, we didn't start this to earn anything. Yes, it'd be nice to earn some money off it, like, to keep us going to better locations. So it'll all plummet straight back into HGC anyway.
I'll go straight back in.
So yeah, we've never been about that.
I'll buy some hair gel as well, so.
Yeah, and it's only £1. From our home bargains.
I'm sure a subscriber can do it.
But no, I've never been about that. So yeah,
it is.
If they're trying to limit us to do that,
it's ridiculous.
What's the point? We'll lose all our followers, subscribers.
The guidelines were absolutely ridiculous. And then when I was reading it word for word, it's like literally they control the whole lot, and then we've got to upload twice a week, and they've got to upload it in 4K. Yeah. But they will then reduce it to 1080.
So then we've got to fork out for a 4K camera.
Exactly.
Record in 4K.
210%. Yeah.
Do the edit, render it.
Time and effort.
Obviously, rendering is going to take long because it's 4K. Then upload it to them, let them approve it, and then you could do an episode, and I might think, no, I can't approve that one. But you still need 2 in that week.
Yeah. So when I spoke to my old lady about it, and I don't speak to my mum personally about much personal stuff, but I brought it up with her last night. I said to her, then they're paying £600 per episode, and they want 2 episodes a month. That's £1,200 a week. So that's near enough £6,000 a month. Fantastic. How the fuck am I going to edit and go to locations twice a week?
Oh, no.
I can't do it.
Work.
No, I couldn't do it. Well, I need to go to work. I have to quit my job.
No, but because then you're relying on that episode being to go with that.
I'm relying on pure on Powerflix.
Yeah.
So I'd have to quit my job to be fully committed on editing and location wise.
On the purpose of getting £600 for an episode.
On the purpose of Powerflix, and then of course I don't control media.
No.
They control me and my life. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
They're pulling the strings then.
Yeah, they've all the strings. I'm a puppet like that.
So
waving my arms up and down.
You would just be like technically an employee for
them. And I can't believe it when they said it back in his real small detailed emails. Like, what the fuck? It was that bad. It even went in my fucking, not in my inbox, it went in my spam one. Yeah. And it actually was from the original fucking Powerflix thing. So I didn't even reply. I just thought, I'm not going to go ahead with that. And like when I spoke to my mum last night, she was like, Dave, just keep doing what you're doing, because after time, I know it's going to take maybe a bit more time than we think, but you're gaining the correct followers. You're giving it out to free to the social media, to the platform that you want to be on, and not fucking paid one. So I was like, nah, fuck it. Yes, it's a good thing, because Powerflix, by the way, I've bought out Shudder. You seen of Shudder?
Yeah.
They're the scary aspect of Powerflix. So they're both exactly the same thing. So I can understand why they're paying so much for it. Yeah. But another thing as well, I've seen the content they've got on there.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
what will
shit.
People put on there?
When you get home after tomorrow, by the way,
tomorrow,
or when you finish work tomorrow, go and put.
Tomorrow, it's Sunday.
Oh yeah, whatever then. Go and put Powerflix in and just check on the app.
Is it a free trial, isn't they?
There's a free trial for a week or a month.
Then,
I think I mean maybe a week.
I'll do the free trial and have a look.
Check it out. Look at the foot. It's shit. Ours is 10 times better, and I can understand why they're pulling the strings. I really can, because just watch it, see what you think. It says in the well, another thing I've already mentioned. I don't mind about that. So blah blah blah. It says I've got to mention England and football. I'll just 3 words. No, not even 3 words. A small sentence. England group. We're gonna win it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
It's coming home.
And it's coming home. Yeah. Good lad. I like that. That's it. Done dusted. And it says here mention about me selfies and social media and stuff like that. I just want to get to Brett's part. Another thing.
What?
Right.
Getting all giddy now.
No, I have. My mind goes in overdrive, so my personal opinion of, like, if anyone wants my personal opinion of how my life and my heart beats, I will tell you right now. So I go to work, do my shit, come home, do my shit. Life's a bubble. It's all will be a bubble. Family to take care of. Love my life. This is that the other. Blah blah. Fucking blah. Yeah. But in between that, After Dark, and After Dark is my prime example of what life should be about. It's my baby. It runs through my veins. But I always want to try and keep it fresh, unique, different, up to par. You know, just try and stand out. Yeah. We have got certain celebrities live in Hull and surrounding Hull. We've got Luke Campbell, the famous boxer that won the Olympics gold medalist. Yeah, we've got Tommy Coyle. Yes. And we've also got Sarah Beanie, who lives in Hessel.
Yes, we have.
So I'm going to contact all 3 of them, and they're going to come on my podcast.
Oh, that'd be good.
Do you think?
That'd be really good.
I thought Man Boy last night. She went, "Oh, go on then. Oh, that'd be good." Fuck yeah, they will. I think they will. I could either say to them, "Look, we could take to a location first and find a really good one."
Like
celebrity location one. But they live like in Hull. I mean, Luke Campbell lives just outside Hull, but literally in the catchment area.
Like
yeah, no, he lives a bit further than Fairby.
Is it?
So I think South Cave.
Oh, it might be South Cave.
Sure, it's South Cave. Sarah Beanie lives in Hessel. She's the designer. She designs puppets and stuff. And you've got
the comfort zone. That'd be really good.
Mate,
that'd be good.
I put a smiley face, don't I? But because we're a Hull born and bred podcast, and not to mention paranormal team.
Yeah, and we do a lot of locations outside of Hull, don't we?
Yeah, man. Well, most of them.
We are from Hull, and we'd do a lot more in Hull if we've got access to stuff. But it's so hard. Some of the buildings, a lot of listed buildings, aren't they?
Yeah, they are not just to find.
You can even forget. If you get one of them, we'll go back to Manny Arms.
We've got the contacts. We can do it. We have got. That's another thing we're getting now. Contacts. We are getting. I don't thought about it. Just chill right now. We are getting contacts for what we do. So if we've got a certain Luke Campbell or Sarah Beanie, and we want to take them to a location, we literally could take them to a location. But the contact we've got, you know his name. Don't mention that on here. At Manchester Arms, he's looking at getting potential other old pubs in Hull. God, imagine if we get them.
Yeah, because he did mention that too.
He mentioned it, whether it happened. Well, the owner was in there when we was doing the investigation there enough. So anything can happen, but I think that's just another avenue to go down.
That saying, right, we've got a celebrity who's going to come with us. I reckon they'll all jump at the chance. We'll be fighting them off with a stick.
You think though, if we manage to get Tommy Coyle or Luke Campbell on a podcast, bear in mind they're boxers, they get hit for a living. I mean, Luke Campbell's retired now. And he's retired at a young age as well, and so is Tommy Coyle. They're both retired actually. But if we can get them to act like a girl on screen, something really happens, and you get a little fucking scream out of it.
Oh yeah.
Bam,
just like the REM pod going off or something, and they just step back or something. It's just like.
But it just shows because Luke Campbell is we know his sister. We went to school with her, and I still speak to her now. So because you got a connection that way as well. It's just easiest to get in contact with certain, and he's classed as a celebrity. He won a gold medal at Olympics. For what he did. He's a really good lightweight boxing fighter.
He's a celebrity, but he's also one of those celebrities who's like sort of down to earth.
He looks after his homegrown stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, if he sees you in the street and you went up to him for like a photo or something like that, he wouldn't.
He'd give it. Yeah, he'd give it.
He don't walk around like bodyguards and things. Oh
God, no. There's also Dean Windass as well.
Yeah.
And what have I got in my hallway? The signed photo of Dean Windass when he scored the winning goal at Wembley to get us in the Premier League first time. So nothing like that. So we can now look at don't get me wrong, we are not huge. We're not like something like Ghost Adventures or whatever else. But I just don't care. It's just there's avenues. There's avenues that we can go down. We are homegrown. We live in Hull. If you took Hull out of the way from me, you won't get this dodgy accent. It wouldn't be right, would it? So in all fairness, it's something I would definitely looking down. It's a thing that's been in the back of my mind for a hell of a long while. It's just that I thought I'd mention it on this podcast pure to the fact that Brett's sat next to me and I forgot to tell him about it before. So anyway, Brett's questions of the week.
This is the question.
Right, a higher vote.
There we go.
Questions for Brett. Now I like
to think what these questions are, honestly.
Oh, don't dread it. Just shit yourself. It's only about it. I've wrote these questions now. Now I wrote these. There was 5. No, there was still 5 because I went back on the other one. There was one of them, but I had to scrub out because I thought it was a bit patronising to tell you about before you walked in. But I've not told you.
I still want to know what the question is.
I have not.
Well, after the.
I'll tell you after the pod. Yeah. So, first of all, just confirm. Have I told you any of these questions at all?
No.
So you are none the wiser.
You was dying to tell me when I come in, but you said I'm not going to tell you because I want to put you on the spot.
Fair dues.
Because you like the way I react.
Put it this way, he's got a red ear because he's rubbing his lobe of his ear so bad.
Red.
It's red. I don't know if it's warm in here.
It's off light.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, red.
Oh, right, okay. Right, so Brett's questions. Now, what I'm going to do, it's going to be... No, shut up. It's going to be a weekly thing this way. No, listen. Listen. He's going to write 5 for me, and I'm going to write 5 for him. It's going to be alternatively weekly. So it can be anything personal. I'm past caring me out. I'm 34. I've lived my life. I'm not really fucking bothered. So it can be anything personal. It can be anything unpersonal. I'm not bothered. Anything but after dark. Anything but, in general, anything. Pretty much what the questions I've got here are pretty much anything. So I'm going to write these 5 first, which I've wrote down now. I'm going to ask him now. So and then next week it'll be his turn.
Does it have to be 5 or can it just be...
Well, it can be 1 or 2 or whatever you
just
want.
Yeah.
I know you and struggling, you and writing is a bit of a hard case thing.
No,
so.
I did a script for the podcast last time.
Yeah, but you didn't write it, you typed it up.
I work in IT. I don't use a pen and pencil. A pen and pencil?
You can't even say it. Anyway, forget his dribble. We are now on to first Brett's question. So, how dedicated are you to After Dark, its prospects, and its goals? Didn't.
How dedicated I am?
Yes.
Okay, so I am. I'm gonna say I am a lot more dedicated than I was sort of last year.
Yeah, when we first started.
No. When we first started, I was dedicated all the way. And then
yeah.
After when we started to get like to a location where it was a bit quiet, I was like, "What am I doing?" You know.
Which you've mentioned on previous episodes.
So yeah, no. Deep down now, like I said to you, I've said to you before, and over the course of a few months, like going forward, 100% dedicated. You know, like I say, if there's locations, so we've even set up a calendar just so it's easy just to manage locations. Cause I know you do a lot of locations during the week, and I do work. But I've even said to you, look. For now, you're doing it in seasons. I'll happily do it.
No, I agree. Like and I've asked the question, but I've also asked it like off the cuff. So I agree. When we first started this whole thing, especially the After Dark thing, was all wet behind the ears, big time. It was very new, and of course we didn't know which avenue we want to go down, how we want to do it. And of course, there's been a lot of chops and changes and people coming and people going. You're going to get that in anything, whether it's whatever you do in life. It's one of those. But I will say this now. I do feel I've got your full backing. You do make...
There was one point, though, where I was flaking out, though, wasn't I? I was going to just quit.
Yeah, but... I mean, you can go into it if you want.
No, but...
I mean, I'm not first.
No, the only reason I was going to quit, it was not because I didn't want to do it anymore. It was more to the fact that it wasn't fitting in with your regime with seasons. So, like, you know, you go through the week and stuff. So that's why I took a step back and I thought, right, I need to sort of assess this situation. Because obviously I didn't want to leave you in the lurch anyway. Because, like I say, we started it together. We want to go through it together. It's Bad Boys, you know.
Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What's she going to do? Fucking... you finally watched the film. Yeah, brilliant.
No, I've seen Bad Boys.
I know you have.
So, yeah, like I say, took a step back and just sort of thought about it. And, you know, then, like I say, it was mostly me to change my words. Like I say, I'm
glad you said that because if I were to upload weekly and constantly for 50 odd weeks of the year, then it would be hardcore.
Yeah.
So doing it in seasons means we have 10 episodes in season 1.
Well. Yeah,
we have a gap of 2 months where we can create season 2 and then vice versa. So you're always in front.
I know the reason why you did it.
So you're going to get like a 2 month break where you can play with your winky as much as you want and do all your family stuff.
No, yeah.
But you know, that's how it's... Because doing weekly updates is fantastic, but... what you got to remember is when you're pushing out episodes weekly, you lose the track of the quality of the edit.
And like you said, regarding the season, when you first decided to go to the season route and you was doing all of like the socials and stuff, me and you was on the photos for seasons.
Yeah.
And it was getting to a point where I wasn't going to be in many episodes for that season.
But
this season, but we are, like I said, and then obviously, like I said,
you're in more than what you think, really, aren't you?
But like I said, I took a step back and I thought, right, I need to assess the situation, and I need to rather just go full head of steam straight through it.
Trust it
and go.
Just trust it, yeah.
You know, I work during the week, so I'm like, I'm going to be tired and stuff. But I did it before many arms. Like I say, it's more to, like I said to you before, it's more about during the week. It's obviously the location, like getting to and getting back from there.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
hours are going to be back.
Yeah,
you always know that anyway. So you always say, oh, when you want to leave, we'll go. You know, so it always works out.
It does, and plus another thing as well. Bet seems to forget that he didn't edit.
No,
he didn't look for any footage. He sends what he wants to send. Yeah, I know, but it's not like the thing that I'm doing, like hardcore going through it. So you've got the easier part of life.
No, but I'm trying to do it to help you out.
Easier. Your course definitely 100%.
But obviously, what you're doing I tried doing the edit for.
Thing is, I'm used to it, Brett, mate. It's like I said before in previous part of this podcast, wiping your ass after you've had a shit.
Yeah.
You just do it automatically. If you didn't do it and you walked away, you think, what a dirty bastard.
Yeah.
You would though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's like, if I don't edit, like I didn't edit last week because I fucking fractured my pectoral muscle.
Yeah, so
I pulled my muscle, so I didn't edit, and you know what? I felt like I'd lost my arm. I felt like I was walking
that routine,
weirdly. It's just because I was so routinely used to editing and used to scrolling through the footage and creating a really brilliant episode.
You've got a story.
It is, mate. It is.
So that's why, let's say now we're using the SLS a lot more. I don't mind doing that, like snipping it all together, marrying it all up, sending it all you there, and you can drop it in. Because you just instead of you going through my extra footage, you're just going through yours, and I'll just send you my dribbles.
And another thing as well, you should be dramatically and undoubtedly proud about not just you actually committing more towards your best friend or a friend. I don't know if you call me best, probably not.
I don't have a best friend.
No, he understands that.
It's overrated.
When he's had a drink, I mean, to be
fair, our friends, apart from my work friends, like your work colleagues or work friends.
Yeah, but you see me more.
Yeah, you're the only friend I see now.
So,
really.
In fairness, you should be dramatically proud because you've created all this tech, and we are capturing evidence for the tech you've created.
Oh yeah, when I see you stick one on
it
there,
must make you feel warm and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not like no fucking Bill Tolley where he's literally his brain is just wired up like something out of Iron Man film.
It's
like literally not.
Yeah,
it's not. But it's nothing like that. And what he's doing is very much the basics. But the basics tends to be the hardest thing that people know when they don't know.
Yeah.
So the basics that he's doing, a lot of general public that want to do the paranormal investigating and using the right equipment don't know it because they just never know which way to look or how to go find that. Yeah, where to start. Yeah. So Brett's doing the bare minimum. But I tell you what, the fucking tech that he's created is fantastic because number one, it's catching evidence. Number two, it looks the fucking part. And number three,
it's not cost us a fortune.
It's not cost us fuck all dear enough. It's cheap and chips, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. So I will.
We don't want nothing fancy.
Credit for that.
We want to look the part, but like I say,
well, it looks the part the Necrophonic. It looks the part the SLS.
Yeah, like I say, it's changed. It's had different variations. We've used it, and we think right, we could change that because we need to do this and you're gonna try and like
refine
as it stands now, the SLS is probably we'll just use it going forward just as it is now.
I believe so.
It's easy to have a look, you can see what's happening because when you don't have that camera footage at the same time where you're walking around with that and say you're filming the SLS over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Coming to edit it, it's hard to drop that in place because one, it's not mirrored, so you got to flip the image first. Anyway. But with having the IR camera above it now, it just makes it so much easier. It does, it's miles
easier, and you can move the sound up. Once you move the sound up, you know the image is going to go collab with it straight away.
It just makes it easy for us as well.
It does, and to be honest with you, I mean, I'll praise you for that. In all fairness, I mean, you're a fucking pain sometimes, but the tech you've made is absolutely phenomenal. And I do believe, I know, I just like saying that, to be honest with you, but I do believe this is just the start of it. I think as time goes by, your little brain will start grinding like a gearbox going. To know when you've lost the gear and it's like grinding real high pitched.
I reckon
the limit's the sky for you.
I reckon there'll be some piece of equipment. I'd say I reckon there'll be one more piece of equipment this year we'll have. I just don't know what yet.
No, I don't. I mean, I've got an idea what I'd like it to be, and I'll tell you off air. I think it should. I think it would
like I say,
benefit.
If you give me the ideas, I'll go away and research, and then we'll.
I know. And then like 2 weeks later, I'll get a message saying, "Oh, by the way, it's working."
Or I'll just send you a random video. What's this?
Random video, like, "Oh, by the way, it's working. I've got it going." I'm like, "Got what going? Oh, fucking hello! That's not right. I mentioned that like a month ago." But no, definitely. I do. The answer to that question absolutely fine. In all fairness, though, from the start of it, like I was saying, wet behind the ears, you're learning your trade. You're trying to find the right track and the right road that you want to take regarding putting out content to the general public, but more importantly, do it in the right, relevant way. And of course, you was a bit here and there and everywhere. I mean, don't get me wrong, you've got a family life, but I can't keep saying that because so's Michelle, but Michelle's also committed as well. So in all fairness, I can't keep using that as an excuse for you.
No, like I say,
but you turning around and saying,
what I need to sort myself out.
Yeah.
I'm rather going with it, like say full steam ahead or not.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, episodes, by the way, for everyone listening, are only going to be maximum 10 episodes per season. Yeah. So even if Brett was only in 2 or 3 of them, by God, just watch them. Don't watch the others, for Christ's sake. If you really love Brett that much, just watch them and delete the others. I don't care. But in all fairness, 3 is better than 0. And because I've got my guy next to me, giving me 110% backing to what we're trying to provide, I'd take that any day, given day of the week. So I'm happy with that. Third, the next question: 3 words only to describe yourself.
3 words.
Just 3 words.
Good looking.
Oh no, that's good looking's 2 words.
Handsome.
Good.
There you go.
See, would you class yourself handsome?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I would say
Oh dear God, I should have wrote this question out now. Second word.
Describe myself. Funny.
So would you say funny?
I would say yeah.
You don't wisecrack jokes with me though. I'm normally the one giving you wisecrack
No,
jokes.
but when every time we go on an investigation, I always at least make you laugh.
I give you that one. No, I give you that one. Yeah, because you jump out your skin. But
no,
yeah, that.
not just like just some of the reactions. What I say to you and things like
no,
that.
it's no, what it is, and I'll help you on this one. It's the witty banter comments that crap me up. So if I'm saying, "Oh, that curtain's just dropped, made me jump like a Cheshire cat," you turn around and go, "Dave, sort yourself out." I'm like, "Oh, that's just a witty banter comment that really pisses me off. It makes me giggle."
Straight up the cut.
Straight up the cut, straight away.
No,
but I love it.
Just
exactly.
Yeah.
So, like when we're walking up the stairs after we've drove all that way to the old care home, and he walked up the stairs, he went, "I found the other place a lot more scary than this."
Yeah.
And I think, for fuck's sake, pal, we've just fucking drove all this way. Not to mention, we actually got better evidence at this place as well.
Yeah, so handsome, funny. Oh, I'm stuck now.
Don't forget the mic, you're looking away from it.
Yeah, handsome, funny, and honestly, my mind's gone blank now.
It must be another one.
Yeah, there will be. There's probably many more.
So you can only name 2?
Off the top of my head, handsome, funny.
I can answer the next question if you want. I can help you answer it if you want.
What, help me answer my last one?
Well, yeah, you get the last word.
Oh, go on then. What do you think?
Calm.
Calm?
I think you're calm in certain terms. I mean, I like to say you're calm, but the only reason why I put you in situations where you're uncalm is because it's fantastic for the camera and for me watching it. So, but in general, you are calm. But I would like to, actually, I'm going to take that back. I say professional. Fuck the calm. Professional. Professional coincides with calm, I think. So you're very professional, knowing what we're doing, how we're doing it. If I say to you on camera in a location, Brett, stop sniffing, for example, because it's catching the you'll do it. Do you know what I mean? You're all professional. And when we go to like the last location, there's a few other people that you're all professional in your aura because you're portraying not just you, but you're portraying the logo on your shirt.
Yeah, one was in the canteen with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say professional. That's my personal opinion, but I know you can't think of a third word because you're thick as fuck. It's not your fault. So desert island, 1 object, 1 person, 1 memory.
1 object, 1 person, 1 memory.
So so start with 1 object. What do you take?
I was going to say my phone, but I'm not going to take. No, I'm not going to say my phone. But that was the first one that came in my head then.
But if you think it rationally.
Yeah, I'd probably take my vape.
Yeah, I'll probably agree because I know that one if I missed that.
My phone was in my head, but I thought no, because that's just silly. Everyone would say phone. But no, I'd take my vape. What was it? Person.
Person, yeah.
Well, that's an hour now because I've got 2 kids and a partner.
Well, it's not the question's 1, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I know what I'd take God. Because at the end of the day,
I thought you meant a physical person.
It could be any person you want. Could be someone dead, could be someone alive, could be a spiritual thing, it could be anything you want. 1 person is a person. I'd take God because it categorises everything. I'd love to take my mum. I really would.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have said Danielle, but like I say, it's the kids, innit? So
yeah.
I can't do that. I'll go with my cat. Take my cat with
me. Yeah. I should have said that. I should have He's probably looking at me now behind me going, meow.
It would have been Danielle, but it wouldn't be fair on my kids, so I would take the cat.
And 1 big memory.
Big memory would be, can I have like 2 memories joined in 1? Cause
it's
the same memory.
Yeah.
When my children
We're not making fucking watches, mate. You can do that.
When my kids was born, so both of them together.
Alright. That's fine. What are your limits?
My limits?
Your limits.
In what respect? What do you mean?
Well, however respect you want to take it, big man. What are your limits?
I don't really have any limits that I can think of.
Well, I've got a fucking limit. I've got loads of limits. A limit in... I should really refine the question. So what's your limits to something that you don't want to be put into a situation?
So, for instance, like if I was going on solo?
No, actually, I will find the question again, mate. Wait there, yeah. So what are your limits regarding a way to die, and what are your limits to putting you in a situation you don't want to be in?
Limits where to die?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So my personal opinion is I would never want to drown because it scares me.
Right, okay, yeah.
So if that's my personal one, and my other situation that I won't want to be in is I won't want to be mauled to death by lions.
Right, okay.
Because you die slowly.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So what would yours be?
Yeah, I'd go with, like, for dying wise, yeah, there's a few, to be fair. Like,
there is, isn't there? That's why I'm asking you the question.
Yeah, I know, but when you said limit, I was like, I don't know. But yeah, like, being set on fire, I wouldn't like to be set on fire.
Oh god, that'd be horrible, definitely.
But again, drowning, when you said drowning, I wouldn't like to relax. Again, it's
fills
slow,
the lungs up and it's a slow death,
innit? If I was going to die, touch wood, I don't. Well, I mean, everyone's going to die eventually, but not in these terms. I'd prefer to maybe just get like shot or something, just instant.
Quick,
gone,
instant.
Yeah. What was he one?
A situation you don't want to be in.
I
know what mine is. Another one, actually,
fair,
I wouldn't want to be in.
Before, like the anxiety and things like that, about like abandoned locations, I don't know, it's because before I used to be real confident, real confident person. I'd speak to anybody,
Why don't you think you're confident now?
No, I've noticed, I don't know, like over the past few years, like say like we get at work, like say from getting new starters, so obviously they'll go into like a training room.
Yeah.
And then obviously I work in IT, so something's obviously something's gone up with a projector or something like that. So obviously I'll start the shift at 8, so obviously there's only me in. And they'll ring up, can you come in? Yeah, I'll come, no problem, yeah, go for it. And I'm sat there and thinking, I don't want to go into that room because I don't know anybody in there. And they're all looking at me.
Oh, yes,
and that is going through my mind. Yeah. Even though I've got to go, I can't put it off because I need to go, because I need to turn the projector or sort the projector out because they need to start the training.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had that anxiety. I don't know where it come from.
People's eyes on you.
Yeah.
And not knowing what they're thinking or what.
Because I'll go in there and I know exactly what the issue is and I know exactly how to solve it. I'll go in there, but I won't look at anybody who's there looking at me. I'll just go straight to, say if it's the PC or projector, I'll go straight to that, won't look around. But then my mind will just go blank. As if I'm like I don't know what I'm doing. But even though I know
that's a cool apply
even though I know what the issue is,
I
just go, because like say I can feel, even though the problem looking at
it's
me,
like a burning pair of eyes sat on your back of your neck.
And
I know.
Yeah, I get it all the time.
It's high anxiety that.
I never used to have it.
Do you know what that is? I would like to think that's probably due from could be a number of reasons, of course, but I mean, I suffer the same thing, but not as bad as that. But I do suffer high anxiety, and it's more because I'm not comfortable in my own skin. So when I put myself in a situation I'm not too comfortable about, I get high anxiety from it. Now, as I'm now 34, I don't go flying fuck. So the anxiety thing was like probably about 32, 33. Probably just before or just after actually I split up from my ex-partner of 10 years. Anxiety kicked in big time because I thought, if I'm not good enough for her, now how am I good enough for anyone else? So in all fairness, the anxiety just kind of creeps up like a ladder thing, and it got like bigger and bigger and bigger. That kind
I don't know where it's coming from. Like I say,
that's cool.
That's the only scenario sort of things there. Like say, if people are in that room, and I know they're in that room, I've spoken to them around the worked before. No problem.
But then he put a beer down his neck, and he talks the back irons off anyone.
Oh yeah, if I had a few beers, I'm the confident.
Can't shut you up.
Everyone's confident. They want to
beer. That's why people drink, and that's why it's an addiction, because it makes people like forget. You know what I mean? People
you'll just talk. You'll something what you didn't want to talk about. It'll just flow off the tongue. It'll just come out and thingy. But I'd say I like anxiety and stuff like that.
They're good questions and they're good answers, so I'll give you that one, little fuckwit. I was hoping to trip you up, to be honest with you. I was hoping to get that. Well, I tripped you up once with the 3 things, and I'd help you the third. But I've never really tripped you up properly, and I think it's because you're more calm and collected in front of the mic now than what it used to be like 8 episodes ago or 9 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It just seems you give your brain time to think.
And as well, there's another thing which I don't know if you've noticed, but we're going to obviously 2 locations, like both abandoned. Last time we did a podcast, we were going to an abandoned building. I was nervous as out.
Yeah, but you're acting differently now, though.
Yeah, because I think again that's what.
But 1 sec, viewers. Is this Brett actually getting used to it?
No, I wouldn't.
No, this is you getting used to it and what to expect.
But what I mean is, I think it's a case of again what I was going back on about 110% full steam ahead. Just like put it to the back of your mind. Don't be nervous. Obviously, I'm not going on my own. You're coming with me.
Yeah.
You've been to one of these locations. I am a bit anxious about the other one we're going to because obviously we
don't know how we're going to get in yet.
Yes.
And I've spoke to an urban explorer about that today, and they said we can get in still.
So we're going to scope it out.
They said scope it out during the day, and when you go on the night, don't turn your torches on. Just remember the route, and then go in, and then turn your torches on low on the ground level, so it didn't shout up, and you'll get away with it. So I was like, brilliant. It was a real nice guy. He was real down to earth. He said it was real nice how he messaged me. He's like, I really support what you're doing because we might probably be the last
to go
if
in
not,
there 'cause it's fingered.
Yeah, because it's due to get knocked down, and the last part that's remaining is the actual part where all the shit happened. It's the last part.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to going. Like I said, there's a little bit of
hesitancy
and a bit anxious. Yeah, just only on that respect though, not because it's abandoned like it was for the old people's home. Like I said, I'm totally.
But you got to remember as well, Brett. This is only your fourth thing you've done with me.
Yeah.
In all fairness, it is. Forget Manny Arms and stuff like that because you're with general public. You're with like
Manny Arms. Just
that's totally different scenario.
It's
totally opposite.
Yeah.
But when you go into a location like this, it's probably only the third or fourth.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be a learning curve. I mean, I know what to expect because, like I say, I've been to one of them, but the other one I haven't.
Yeah.
But having you there, my back.
Oh yeah, I'm not bothered about going to the Norton one because, like I said, I've seen the video where you and Michelle, and I am intrigued to go. I said to you,
I'm intrigued about what's going to happen because.
Especially in that room, what you didn't investigate much, where you got that hiss.
Mate, me and Michelle talk about it to this day.
Yeah.
We can't understand.
So
we was drawn towards the other room, but she says to this day exactly the same as me. Why aren't we drawn to that one when we got the first growl and hiss there?
What we'll do is when we go tonight, we'll do that room first.
That's your solo, is it that room?
Well, we'll just both go in there first, and we'll just go from there.
Well, we'll talk about it on the journey in the car then, I suppose. But in all fairness, though, the 5 questions you've answered really well. So next week, make sure you far from me. It can be anything you want to say as well. But yeah, we've been drabbing on now for an hour and 53 minutes, and if you've listened this far, bloody hell, you're legends.
Yeah, thank you. If you have.
Legends of the town. But seriously, I love this podcast for that main reason is there's no time limit. You don't have to be really secluded regarding what you can and what you can't say. And pretty much in this field that we do, a lot of people don't really want to listen to it, but a lot of people do. And we're just creating that platform to make it easier for people to listen to it. And of course, this is why I drab on like crazy. And
we always go off track, so it's not always 100%.
Yeah. Well, if you've listened to the first 7 episodes, you probably realise we always go off track, and it's probably my fault as well. But no, this has been episode 8. This has been what should we call it? The drib drab. What should we?
I'd say just let's talk. Just let's talk.
Chat, the general chat.
HGC chat or HGC talk.
So we'll need to decide now so I can. Finish it. The chat. We'll call it. No, let's talk. I like that because that's the thing I want to try and push. So we'll call it the HGC Let's Talk, for example. It might change.
Every couple of weeks, just do a.
Yeah, just a general chit chat.
Location specific, just do a general chit
chat. And it
doesn't
have to be specific regarding the paranormal either. It can be specific about what we've spoke about today. What's going on day-to-day life? Yeah. Brett's busy lifestyle. I mean, Christ, he's got.
Upcoming holiday.
The guy owns 5 mobile phones because he's always ringing. Always ringing. The guy's a legend about town. Luke Campbell, nothing compared to Brett Sumter. So, no, this has been episode 8. It's been an absolute pleasure recording this. Fantastic having Brett back here again for this episode. Next week, I believe we've got Michelle back for the next episode, and it will be uploaded again on Sunday. Hopefully, I don't crash into a wall at 30 mile an hour, so we should be all right for that upload. But it's been a pleasure, like I say again. Like I said before, check out the store, go on our social medias, like, subscribe, keep watching our episodes. Any questions, any stories, you name it, whatever you want, send it in.
Also, check out the Paranormal blog, get some posts sent in, and I'll get them on there.
Exactly, yeah, and it's there for you guys to do it. We aren't just on about everyone's individual circumstance or story. We're there collectively as a unit. I class it as a team.
Like I said before, just a community.
It is.
Build a community of different people's stories from around the world.
Exactly.
Collect them all together.
And we can grab a few of them, can't we, and mention it on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
So in all fairness, it's all about you guys, and if you've listened this far, brilliant. Thank you very much. But again, you've listened to After Dark Paranormal Quest. This is episode 8, and we will speak again next week.
Ciao.
Bye.